back to the Wild Beyond the Witchlight. I am your whimsical DM, Victoria, and we're gonna play some D&D tonight, and no one's gonna show any feet. But before we do that, we're gonna have some announcements.
What is even going on?
A recap. So, Kristy, please help me.
Good evening, and welcome to the show. Let's get into our pre-game announcements. Proficiency Bonus has a community Discord with public channels. Please come check us out and hang out with us. We're always welcoming new GMs, players, and other friends to our fan family. All experience levels are welcome, from veteran gamers to total newbies. And we are a safe place for POC and LGBTQIA+ nerds and gamers, so come geek out with us. And you'll be the first to know when we are posting castings for new games. Big thanks to Suncraft for providing our games with music each week. The Suncraft bot plays music and soundscapes in your Discord call, and its interactive buttons allow you to control the audio with ease. We love Suncraft here. He really pops off sometimes, so go check it out for free now.
Please check out our other games. We stream almost every day here at Probo. We have games for several of the major published 5e modules, as well as homebrew games, and some of our games feature systems other than 5e, like Star Wars, Power Rangers, and Alien. Come watch all of our VODs over on our YouTube. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Don't forget, you can also support the channel by following, by subscribing, remembering to click the bell notification so you never miss another live stream, using channel emotes, and if you're an Amazon Prime user, you get a free subscription to Twitch every month. Also, big thanks to Syrinscape for the amazing atmospheric sounds and music. You can add these sounds and more to your game when you download the Syrinscape desktop or mobile app. The app is free and comes with 20 sound sets that are included to get you started. You don't even need to register. Go to Syrinscape.com to find out more. Thanks again to all of our sponsors for supporting Proficiency Bonus. And now, back to the show.
Feet pics.
Okay, thank you, Kristy.
You're
for
welcome.
the amazing announcement reel. I appreciate your hard work for that, and your video editing. And with that, we will kick it over to Ink for a recap.
Yes. All right, everybody. I mean it for realsies this time. Like, there's no more. There's no more of Wild Beyond the Witchlight, the adventure module. The stream, we're still here because last time the party came together to discuss what they wanted to ask as a boon, essentially, for the completion of their task. And so they all kind of gathered for something to eat, where we learned that at least one member of the party was second guessing what she might want to ask for. Her interactions with the prince had left Saoirse feeling a little bit more unsure of if she wanted to continue to pursue the love that would end her curse. She just admitted to the party, essentially, that it wouldn't feel right if, to have her true love and end her curse, she would not get to live in the, realm of spring and her way of things that was comfortable to her. Every member of the party, in their own way, attempted to give their thoughts on her curse and love and life, which some she listened to, others she rebuked, but nonetheless, the party had to make their way back to the throne room to ask for their wishes to be granted. And we saw some very interesting and varied wishes from everybody. Oh, but dear viewer, I don't know if I want to spoil them. I feel like you should go see what the characters asked for themselves. Because now we get to explore the results of those wishes, possibly over a long amount of time. And there's still one more wish that we haven't yet heard. So, a lot of talking and wishing. I wish that I could say it faster. That's where we left off, Victoria.
Thank you very much. So, for our video editor, producer, basically wearer of many very cute hats, Kristy, for our recapper, Ink, for our DJ Graph, and for our keeper of bargains and deal lore, Iris, you may all take inspiration, the regular kind, for your contributions to the stream. So with that, we find ourselves back in Zybilna's throne room. 4 of the 5 wishes have been granted, and here we are, or like at least like discussed. And the group of you is there. Aurum has yet to make his wish. So once she's done addressing the rest of you, Zybilna will turn to Aurum, and will ask, last but not least, Aurum, did you write Aurum, son of Aether, in the ledger book, or just son of Aether? You wrote like a funny name in the ledger book.
I don't even remember.
It was like the son of Aether.
Yeah, I think it was son of Aether. I think that's all. I didn't.
Okay. So then I think she'll just refer to you as son of Aether. What is your wish?
I don't really know. I was told that I could potentially try to get a rain check.
That is true. If you would wish to take my boon with you and utilize it when you are ready, that is possible.
How does that work, though?
In what sense?
Like, do I have to come back here? Can I just say it into the sky?
I can give you a token that you can speak your wish into, and it will be communicated to me. You know, it is quite rare for all of the many people that I have interfaced with to meet someone who has no wish. I wonder, is it because you are satisfied, or because you are lacking direction?
That's a really deep question. So I came here because I didn't know what direction I wanted to go in. And I think like the longer I've been here, the more I've like kind of figured that out a little bit. I think my friends helped me. So I don't really think I'm lost. And there are things I want, but I don't think just wishing for them and getting them is how to. It feels like cheating to me. I don't know. And then I just really couldn't think of anything either. So
to make your own way in life as opposed to wishing for it, it is a very rare trait indeed. I commend you for this. It is rare to see someone who is so stalwart, steadfast in their beliefs, stubborn, perhaps. You need not present your wish now. If you would like, I can give you your boon. Take with you, and to utilize when you are ready. You can also come and visit anytime. The group of you are always welcome here. I wonder if it might do you well to see more places, though. I feel that keeping you here for too long might drive you, in particular, quite mad.
Me? Why?
Because this is a peaceful realm now that my sisters have been dealt with. You will find that there is little trouble and no strife to be had here. And it sounds like you need to go through quite a bit of conflict yet to find your purpose. You are a fighter, no?
I am. Are you talking about like here, like this palace, or are you talking about like the Feywild in general?
Prismir. Oh, there is plenty conflict to be had elsewhere in the Feywild if you would look for it in the right places. Do you have any desire to stay here in the Feywild? Or do you wish to return to the material plane from which you came? Or perhaps go somewhere else entirely?
I don't know. That's something I've been thinking about a lot. I really think. Can I talk to you in private? Because I don't really know.
Of course. And she will wave her hand and yeet everybody into one of the little... I'm going to switch Saoirse for Aurum up here. Oh, Saoirse with 1 hit point on her token is so funny. I just clicked that and saw that. I'm like, oh, that's a 1. Okay. Yeah, so she'll yeet everybody into the towers and close them off with panes of glass.
Okay, so to answer your question, I really thought that my goal in coming here was to figure out what I was doing and go home. But the longer I've been here, the more I realize, like, this place really needs me too. And learning more about my father, other places might need me as well. Places I don't know about, potentially. My friends get mad at me sometimes because I keep talking about the Uncourt, but I think the Uncourt's really interesting, and I don't. Everything I've learned so far, everything sounds better than the way things are right now. At least their ideals sound better, because I feel like the court system, as it is, from what we've heard so far, is really unbalanced.
I would say that is a fair assumption, or a fair statement to make. There is, for some it is a great boon. It is through Titania's great power that she is able to forge many deals and pacts with mortals who find themselves in need. And from their perspective, the fact that she is so powerful is probably a great boon to them. But as you have said, for those who cross her, it is certainly not a just or fair position to find yourself in. Although I'm sure she would see it differently.
I definitely like that. That's part of it, right? For sure. Because, like, Saoirse told us about her story and how she was cursed. But she was cursed before she was born. And that doesn't really make sense. She didn't do anything wrong. And it feels like her parents might have gotten off easy because they were like, I'll just put it on our child or whatever. I don't really know how that works, but I just think Titania seems problematic. To put it simply, she seems like she wants to control everything from what we've heard.
Oh, she certainly does.
Right,
if it seems as though her parents got off easy, in a way, perhaps they themselves are not cursed, but Saoirse's mother, the Queen of Spring, is in fact in quite a dire position if her heir is to be sent to an eternal slumber upon reaching her full power and is not otherwise removed as an heir. Then Spring, as we know it, would have there would be nowhere to shift the power whenever the Queen of Spring passes away or is otherwise ready to move on. It is likely that this was an intentional move on Titania's part as a power grab. If there is no heir, then it gives Titania, by rule of might, all the more justification to absorb Spring.
Right, and that's where I was. About yesterday. Yesterday, however it works here, last time I was awake before this time. But I thought about it a lot. Because, like, I think the Uncourt had good ideas, but I also think Titania might not have done it to get power.
Hmm. Then what purpose do you think she did it for?
I'm curious if she did it because she's pulling strings to make certain people fall in love with certain people to end up in a situation where she could get more than just the spring court. I'm thinking she's like playing a game almost.
It is possible. Part of why Titania is so powerful is because she is perhaps a peerless master when it comes to those sorts of games, making it seem like she's doing one thing when in reality her goal is another, layering and layering that upon each other until it is wholly unclear what her motives are, and everyone is the fool at the end except for her. She is a gambler, and she places very good bets. And she is also particularly good at finding ways to make the rules that she has created apply to certain situations. That is, of just finding ways that the rule of might or the rule of vengeance might be applicable creatively, and uses that to get a lot of power. As for trying to force love, that I am not sure about. This is the first time I have heard such a thing. I mean, I am aware of Saoirse's situation as she explained it to me, but only Titania knows Titania's mind. Perhaps the Queen of Air and Darkness, who is her only rival in power, may also have her own knowledge on it, but
I just think, like, personally, with the way things have gone, rules are ruleless at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if
every
she
rule
made
has a loophole, yes.
right, and if she made a deal to have a child fall asleep if they don't fall in love, she could have also tied the strings of who they would fall in love with before they were born.
Well, unless Titania had a part in Saoirse's creation herself, that would be difficult. If you think of this, I'm going to get a little bit metaphysical here. So if you think about the flow of life and death and life again, there is a river. We can think of it as a river, and the water there is mortal souls. But a river is more than just water. There are also stones at the bottom. And the stones may sit there for far longer than any one part of the water does. But as the water flows, the stones are changed. Parts of them wash away gradually, and what was there once is there no longer, only to form new stones further along the path. Fae souls, and the souls of other immortal beings, are like river stones. They are not constantly flowing and cycling the way that mortal souls are. Instead, they break pieces off, and something new forms from that. Usually, it may be 2 Fae, 3, a few of them, whatever number they wish, will break off those pieces, and with them form a new river stone, if you will. So, in order to influence Saoirse's soul, which to force her to fall in love, she would have to have a piece of the soul that is connected to Saoirse's, because true love is the connection of two souls to each other through time and beyond the grave. It is possible that Titania had a hand in Saoirse's birth. I am not saying that it is not, or she may have had an agent or someone else that is sabotaged it. I would not know. But unless she had a particular match in mind, it would be hard for her to do on her own. Unless she is Saoirse's true love, which, good luck to Saoirse if that is the case. But she would have to have a piece
I
of
didn't
this.
think there was a worse option than the Lost Prince.
Suddenly
But
things just get
We found
so
it, fam.
much worse.
We found the one thing that's worse than the prince.
Unless she was able to take a fragment of a being who had a true love, or otherwise was able to instill true love between two people and then take a part of that soul and put it into Saoirse, that part may be hard. Titania is quite powerful, but she is not all-powerful. She has been tricked before. She could be tricked again. The nature of Saoirse's being is unique. It is very uncommon. I respect her privacy, and I would allow her to explain it, should she be willing.
Yeah,
So I will not
of course.
go into the details, but I am not saying it is impossible for Titania to have manipulated things as such, just that it would be... It would require many moves and plays, and Titania is an exceptional mage in the category of memory magic, but when it comes to secrecy, that is not her gift. That is the gift of the Queen of Air and Darkness. You will find that being a glowing beacon of summer power is not exactly subtle.
That's fair. I mean, Saoirse's problem is not the only problem that I'm worried about, and I think
Right.
a lot of the problems we're dealing with have to be done here, in one way or another. I want to take care of the wild hunt, which is that's gonna take time in itself, and
You are
I wanna help Ego with Ego's thing. You know, the Ego's mom.
Yes, my eldest sister. Mad Maudlin.
Yeah, mom girlfriend thing.
True love.
True love. Yeah.
Sort of. It is a strange situation. I'm in love with Steve, bro. So it sounds like you have quite a few goals that are relevant to what is happening here in the Feywild, or what has happened historically. If I may make a suggestion,
Sure.
you should go to the Summer Court. If you want to understand, or rather, if you want to take Titania down a notch, or change the court system, the best way to do that is by understanding it. The only way you can understand it is if you live it.
That's true.
I will not lie to you. You will have a challenge with it.
Okay.
You have a very strong grasp on your own sense of right and wrong. You will need to swallow your pride on that and play the game if you wish to understand how the courts work, which
I like
you
playing
need in
games.
order to defeat them. There is a festival approaching soon in summer. It is called Estivali. It is a festival that celebrates the alignment of the... What's the word I'm looking for? The largest alignment of material planes within the domain of summer. So essentially, when the largest number at any given time of material planes are entering or currently in the season of summer, that is when the court of summer sees the peak in its power, and by extension Titania. That occurrence is celebrated with Estivali, the festival. It is a whole affair. There is a coliseum for great feats of strength and courage in battle. There are balls, there are parties, all sorts of events, and individuals from every domain of the light and every court are represented there, including, usually, the leaders of courts, or their most direct representatives. The Queen of Air and Darkness doesn't really get out often. if you want to understand the way the courts work, that is where you will meet the most people in one location to speak to understand how their lives work, how the system works. And I think that would help you get a better idea of how you could one-up Titania, or otherwise change the court system entirely. If you are interested in the wild hunt, I will also offer you this. There are artifacts associated with the hunt. Titania, I know for a fact, is in possession of at least one. And if you seek to defeat the wild hunt, I suspect those artifacts will play a hand in such an end.
All right.
Do you understand what would be expected of you in summer, in the court?
Yeah. I never really thought about going there, so that was quite a twist in plans. I thought I did want to ask you. So like my dad worked with you, right?
I am familiar with Aether. Yes, Aether.
And he traveled, a lot.
He did. He had started off as a sort of space pirate, if you will, and unfortunately his spell-jamming ship found itself transported into the Feywild, and he happened to run into... Actually, he was just here, the one known as Sam, and was able to strike some sort of a deal with Sam in exchange for power. I do not know the terms of that deal. However, Sam did introduce me to Aether. He was here for a bit to do research on something perhaps similar to... He was trying to understand the court system because he was involved with the Uncourt. Sam somehow had his half of the bargain attached to serving the Uncourt in some way. And he had come here for information. I am not involved with any of the courts, and I like to keep it that way. So perhaps he saw me as a neutral third party.
All right.
In fact, I advised him much as I advise you. In order to defeat your enemy, you must first understand them.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get that. That's like a hunting thing. So
Exactly.
yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I like your advice. Thank you for all that.
Here. And she will reach down to like a space between like where the grout is between two tiles, and like a little dandelion puff will like emerge from there, and she'll pluck it and hand you that. When you're ready, make your wish and blow the seeds from this dandelion.
Okay. It won't.
That's me.
It won't like fall apart before then, will it?
Oh my god, Greg.
I would suggest perhaps treat it gently, but no. It will always have seeds on it until you are ready to make your wish.
Okay. Cool. Well, thanks. I'm not supposed to say that.
You're not. I will let it go this one time, because I understand. Okay. I need a lock of your hair now. You said it twice. And she will bring the rest of the group.
So good.
She will bring the rest of the group together.
Completely an accident.
I know, that's why it was so good. It's so in character too, but also just like that's such a mood.
Eagle, may I borrow your scissors?
Yes. Of course.
And she will take them. And she will go up to Aurum, and in your mane will cut a piece of your hair, and she'll take out a little black ribbon and ties a ribbon around a bow around it, and then tucks the hair in her pocket, and will hand the scissors back to Ego. I appreciate the loan.
Fucking brilliant! Oh my god!
Jesus.
Holy shit!
Completely
you couldn't
an
have
accident.
scripted that. That was so good.
I didn't mean to.
Don like looks,
Struggle in the summer court, bro.
Don just looks back and forth like, oh, what happened?
Clover's like, I've been there, done that. I did that for months.
I would, if I may make a suggestion, before you go, if you choose to go to another court, such as Summer, before you go, perhaps practice with each other alternatives to the phrase thank you or thanks. The people of Prismere understand reciprocity, but are, for the most part, a bit more forgiving to mortals, especially now that I am reawoken from time. It is not so elsewhere, and you may find yourself in quite a bit of trouble if you don't. A phrase such as, I appreciate it, or I recognize your kindness and generosity, something of that nature would be quite useful to practice.
Yeah,
I
I've
didn't realize
adopted
I
the
could say I
appreciated.
appreciate it.
You can say you appreciate it.
All right.
It is a...
Much
I'm familiar
appreciations.
with the language.
Yeah.
There are many ways you can wordsmith it to get your point across without offering yourself up unwittingly for a bargain. Simply stating that you recognize somebody's generosity and kindness is wobbly enough, if you will, to probably keep you out of a deal.
Probably.
Nothing is ever for certain in the Feywild, except for that nothing is certain.
I hate
Yep.
paradoxes.
That's the Feywild.
You have each been granted your boon, or at least been provided with information on how to do so when your time comes. Is there anything else that you would require of me?
Not at the moment, I don't think so.
Can I have a hug?
Oh
Oh,
goodness.
Of course. And she will get up, and she's as tall as Saoirse, but
my
she's
goodness.
build-wise, she's very voluptuous, she's a very powerful woman. She just has this aura about her, and when she hugs you, you feel like you are just enveloped in warmth and safety, and she just has this smell that you can't really pinpoint. It's earthy, but also has this rich floral, almost jasmine scent, and there's a little bit of a dark musk to it, but it's a really good hug.
Cool.
Yeah. While I am feeling generous, does anyone else need a hug?
Yeah.
I was just me.
I was like, I will never turn down a hug.
Yeah, she'll get down onto one
Yeah.
knee and give you a big hug, Clover.
I needed that.
And it's very warm. It's like being hugged by a kindly grandmother or your mom kind of
Yeah.
vibes.
I think it's Mama Jason.
Yeah, it's very motherly, maternal feeling hug.
Mm-hmm.
And she will look out she waves a hand and the doors to her throne room will open, and she raises her hand up and some stepping stones will appear between the balcony to the throne room and the other side of the Court of Storms, so that
Here?
y'all don't have to fly across.
Thank God.
Nice. Hell yeah.
She's making a path for you.
Making
So
our
you
way.
use them chevrelegs.
Wow. Brilliant. I love
Now,
it.
I suspect you may need to speak with one another, but I am looking forward to whatever sort of sparring match is about to happen in my garden. I will meet you there, and I think the rest of my staff and visitors might want to spectate as well.
Oh,
Oh boy.
oh, you're putting on a performance accidentally on purpose.
It has been quite a while since we have seen Razel use her skills to the fullest, and I suspect you will be a decent match for her.
I only hope to do my best.
What's your hit points
hope
looking
you
like?
will.
Are you okay? Like, out of character? Are you okay?
We just long rested.
Okay.
So ego's full. It's just
My token's just not updated.
Okay,
That's all.
I was like,
Yeah.
did
it's like-
something happen? Seriously got her shit rocked again?
No.
Like, I don't remember.
Zybelna just beat the fuck out of her.
Only emotional.
I mean, yes, sure.
Saoirse's
Yeah.
Saoirse's all like mixed up, I think, right now, seasonally speaking. 'Cause
Oh.
she's in kind of a weird place. So her hair is like that purpley wine color.
Okay.
And then she's got like the teal of summer skin, and I think she's wearing her like winter clothes. And her eyes are still like the spring green.
Oh my god.
And then she's got like the bell and the feather both like tied in her hair.
Oh boy.
So she comes out looking like a whole different person.
So you guys can cross over. If you would like there's an entire like bathhouse like in this palace. If you guys wanted to go and like relax in the baths, like bathing suits can magically be formed for anybody who wants to be modest. There's like a whole
Please,
dressing room.
can we have an
Yeah,
onsen
or you
episode?
can go.
Yes.
Yeah, you can literally have a little onsen moment here if you want, or you can go to your rooms. It's whatever.
I didn't know if it was going to be underwear or if magically little clouds of fog
Just little-
appear. in
Honestly,
front of us.
it's
the
probably
clouds.
that.
It's probably the
that,
clouds.
Yeah, there's like a little changing room over here at P26 on the left that you guys can like hang up your clothes in, and yeah, like whatever part of your body you want to be covered, a little magical cloud of steamy mist, because I love that, will form around you. If you guys wanted to go to the baths, you don't have to go to the baths.
We don't have to.
I mean, Saoirse's not. I'm like, yeah.
I had not.
That's a Kristy one.
bathed.
Don has a reason to go to the bath anyway, so he's down
He's gonna
to
pee.
go.
He's gonna pee in the water.
No, he's
Oh,
not
no.
gonna pee in the water.
Oh no.
Thanks to a pact with Sam, I canonically have very big clouds.
Yeah, you do have a fat ass.
Oh my god.
I would also like to say that Ego's clouds are little storm clouds. They're like all dark and rainy.
Yeah, sure. They can totally be. Yeah. I mean, like Clover, if you want like pink and purple clouds, they can do that.
Yeah,
they can look however you guys
like
want.
the twilight pinky sunset. Yeah.
Yeah. Or you can just, like
Saoirse's
just-
full naked.
Yeah.
she
like,
just-
I don't like. She's practically naked most of the time anyway.
True,
Let's
yeah.
be honest.
yeah, everyone's already seen.
I was gonna say also, actually, because Egos purposefully hid their little like black sheep legs the entire time. So now it's kind of like, well, with my
Well,
cat
I mean-
tail and my sheep legs.
We've seen each other die multiple times.
Yeah.
So, like,
So like, what's a
I
little
guess-
nudity?
Yeah, but this is different.
yeah, you
I mean,
gotta
if you
take
want
the
them
dog
covered,
out.
the
Seeing
clouds
your
could cover
corpse-
them.
I was gonna say, seeing your corpse is very different than seeing your sensory clouds.
I mean, if you want your sensory cloud to fully envelop your legs, I don't see why not.
Can I just go around like a genie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
you
you could be a genie.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's funnier this way. And I get to have giant ass cloud.
Yeah, so when
When we go to the baths, I would just say Don will like get into like wherever it is deepest, and then he just like sticks his head under and he doesn't come out for like a few good seconds.
Oh my god. Are you in your armor? Do you just
No, he's
Okay.
not going. He's not in his armor.
Okay, just
When he
checking.
does come out of the water, he's scrubbing the rest of his black hair dye out of his hair.
Oh,
Yeah, so like when you
Oh,
guys
that's
get in
right.
there,
Your hair
yeah.
was dyed.
Your hair's
this
dyed.
whole time.
Yeah, his hair was never black. It's so he goes from having like this dark black hair to basically the brightest orange you've ever seen orange.
Aw.
Parrot top.
Don is also in summer.
Aw.
Oh.
But yeah, so this bathing room, the water was like really murky and gross because the Jabberwock had been like soaking in it off and on. However,
Yeah.
now the water is no longer murky. There's like a nice like warm steam rising from it, and the water is crystal clear. The tile all around that was once ruined from the Jabberwock's heavy footfalls has been repaired. And there are also like little shelves with big like fluffy bathrobes and towels. There are all sorts of like little bottles of like scented oils and like bathing products that you guys can use. There's like bowls of fruit in the corner and like little chairs to like lay back on. It's like a nice little room. The water is just like flowing, even though you don't see like a source, like there isn't like a waterfall or anything, but the water has this like constant movement to it. And you guys can throw like there's bubble bath in there if you want to have bubbles. Like you can do whatever you want.
Yes.
Dunn doesn't. I feel like Dunn definitely does not want bubbles, but he just sees everyone else immediately going to throw bubbles in,
pouring
and he
stuff
just
in
sighs.
like an alchemist. Like,
Yeah.
let's have scented, and we'll have bubbles, and we'll have everything.
It's like I didn't. Okay, I just wanted a normal bath, but whatever.
There's like probably like little rubber duckies floating in there too, for being honest. They're like little fairy rubber duckies.
Ego immediately is just gonna crocodile and go just, water up to the nose and let my hair just splay out literally everywhere around me.
Yeah, and like the water gets like murky black around Dawn where he's like washing out the dye, but then it's like very quickly like siphoned or like vacuumed away by an unseen force, and the water like is cleaning itself.
Hell yeah.
But as when you step in, like it's warm, your muscles really just like relax, and like a lot of the tension just goes away. It's definitely it's like being in like a hot tub or like a jacuzzi, but like huge, or an onsen.
It's like being home.
This is
home.
this is very good.
Oh, we can eat the fruit, by the way. It's got like a bunch of like the little silver berries, and then the like half-eaten golden apple.
Throw me one.
Oh, sure. Just throws one of the little berries into Ego's mouth.
That's also good. I guess that some of us could go home, but Aurum, are you going to stay?
I don't know. It's up to you guys, I guess.
Why is it up to us? What do you want to do?
I mean, are we splitting up, or are we going together? What's? I personally would like to stay.
I mean, I'm staying in the Feywild, obviously. I do need to get to the summer court, I think.
I have a
I
way.
also need to go to the summer court.
I have a way to get us to the summer court, even if we are on the material plane. I just don't have a way.
But why would we want to go there?
I need to go to Estivali.
And I need to go to
also
the
need to
Emporium.
go to
And I gotta go see Titania.
She'll be at Estivali.
I'm pretty sure the Emporium's at the same place as the festival.
No,
The
Dawn,
Emporium is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Ego's just no, Dawn. Everybody seems to really need to go to the summer court, so you should definitely think about going to the summer court.
No, I really don't want to.
Why not?
Oh! I forgot to do it. What do I have to do again?
The thing
Yeah,
that
what
you
did I
to me,
do?
Clover,
What did I
lesser
do?
restoration.
Bless Restoration.
It,
No, you
I
did a
think
dispel
you did a
magic,
dispel
actually.
magic.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I did a spell magic. I'm gonna dispel
You have to
magic on
roll- You have to roll
on
for
him.
it, though.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a very high level Gesh.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay.
Actually, I need to look up the dispel magic rules to confirm what you need to beat. That's not how you spell dispel. That's
I believe
dimple
it's-
magic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, 10 plus
DC is
spell
10 plus
level.
spell level, yeah.
So.
Oh my.
So that's
17.
and I use my modifier, right?
Yeah,
pretty
you,
sure- yeah,
you
okay.
use your spellcasting ability modifier. So the DC for this is a 19.
I am going to use my proficiency bonus because I rolled an 18. So I'm going to use my a proficiency bonus to make
Yeah,
it
take
a
a promo.
21 or whatever the frick it needs to be.
Totally. That's exactly
So
what those are there
I
for.
rolled a 13 plus 5. So I was like, oh, so close.
Yeah.
Take a promo.
But yeah, tell us what it looks like when you take this Gesh making Dawn hate the summer court off of him. What does it look like?
I think she like pulls the magic into her hand. And it like forms kind of like over the like her event horizon, and she just like reaches out towards him and pulls the magic off of him.
Yeah, and so this magic is like pulled into this tiny event horizon, like, and just vanishes
Snuffed out.
in your hand.
Yeah.
And Dawn, it's like having like a little blankie like lifted off of you. It's not like a weight, but like it's almost like a little veil that had been ever so slightly clouding your vision has been lifted. And so now any hatred you have for Summer is normal and not magically a magic compulsion.
Okay,
It's just
yeah.
regular.
Yeah, he blinks when that happens.
I'm so sorry.
Also-
I meant to do that a lot earlier, but we got busy and distracted.
Also, Ego, you have 10 temporary hit points right now from eating a silver berry. But anyway, continue.
Meant to do what?
You and Ego, for some reason, were under like a spell, a really high leveled spell to make you dislike the summer court in particular. I don't know why.
That's so specific.
It was very specific because, like, I noticed Ego was affected, and then you started agreeing with Ego, and I thought it was a little odd because Ego was being really mean to Talavar, which was very uncharacteristic.
Well, Talavar is kind of annoying, so...
Yeah, but he was training under Talavar, and they were great. They were buddies, and then all of a sudden it was like a switch, and
Remember?
I was a little concerned because you weren't like super mean, but you were definitely different.
I have no idea when that happened.
And then I
I
checked, and both of you
wouldn't
had the
know
same
either.
magic on you.
If you'd
I
like
don't
to
know-
make a history check to try to figure out when this happened, you guys can do so.
I'm not even gonna try. I'm just
I'll
saying
try.
that he definitely doesn't remember. He's like, so much
14.
shit happened since I got here.
15.
14.
He was like
15.
thinking. She's thinking about it. She's not super it's just if it immediately is like, it was there.
Clover, you don't quite remember it since it wasn't like an effect on you. It would take a little bit longer to like notice, but like
Yeah.
I think for Ego, it definitely happened sometime during and or after the party in the Betwixt.
Ego's
it was,
like thinking
it
it's
was
like
after that point or during it.
Ego's like something from Sam's party.
That actually tracks.
I don't know why he would put something like that in his party.
Why wouldn't he?
I guess that's a good answer.
I don't know.
I
We were
mean-
eating and drinking a lot of weird stuff. And then there was like
Yeah.
the rituals that were happening.
It's not the kissing lady because you didn't kiss her.
No.
No, I
So the
don't
only
make a
other
habit
thing-
of kissing random ladies at parties.
The
Were you
guys
only other thing
drinking
that I did was
something?
I had a drink that turned my feet into dogs
Oh, I
You did also-
And then
forgot
I
about
had
that.
another drink.
You guys both ate the courgette of air and darkness.
Oh,
yeah. We had that
Ooh.
thing. That, like, we ate that little thing. We both ate it, and it was all, like, air and darknessy. That was probably it.
Oh, yeah.
And
that
you
makes
know
a lot
what?
of sense.
It was good.
You do it again.
So I would do it again. But now
No
that I've
regret.
learned all this stuff about Titania from Saoirse, yeah, I'll eat like 20 Air and Darkness crochets. I'll have an Air and Darkness pie with Air and Darkness scones.
Yeah.
Ego doesn't know what a scone is. I'm getting out of it.
I
Huh.
have good news.
All right.
I could have as many as 3 true loves, potentially.
You sound like
Harold?
my mom.
No, the it just depends on who contributed to my soul. I don't really know the details of it yet, but the short story of it is that Zybillna said that depending on who contributed, I could have potentially 3 options to choose from.
Huh.
Wow.
Because
Or-
my parents definitely contributed, so they're the 4th, and they're certainly, I can assure you, neither of them are my true love. So,
Tja, I wish I could say the same.
Oh my god!
I really I heard it forming in my head and I was like, don't say that.
You said it. You said it.
But I mean
I
I
mean,
think when Saoirse says that, Ego just pulls a 180 and stares
we're all,
at
yeah,
a different
we're all
part of the
laughing.
pool.
It's fine.
Like, I think Ego literally just turns around, doesn't say anything, but just turns around.
Wow.
I think at this point, Aurum finally finds the point in the pool where he decides he wants to do a cannonball.
Oh my
It's,
god.
I mean, the
Is it where
deepest
your
part
token
is the deepest part is the center.
If it's where
Perfect.
your token is, I'm immediately getting splashed on by this freaking
Uh,
cat.
It's not where my
Like
token
here.
is because
No, it's gonna be right here, right?
Right
Yeah.
in the middle.
Yeah, I'm going for the leap.
Okay.
I haven't
roll
been
an
in the water
athletics
this
check.
whole time.
Oh my god.
Oh,
He
I think
gets a
Saoirse's
natural
actually
one
near,
and it
like, the
freezes
edge.
just
She's
under
like
his
leaned
butt.
back on the edge, just kind of relaxing. Right.
That's what Clover's doing in the corner.
I'll sit with you. I'll sit with you. Right, go.
Okay.
It like
Yeah.
almost hit 20 and it went to 2. So 11.
Oh.
Okay, you know, it's a cannonball. It's not that hard to do. As you're running up though and like jumping, your foot slips on the tile a little
no.
bit. So like you do a cannonball, but you don't get as far as you wanted to. And you kind of like you hit the bottom of the bath a little bit as your
Ooh.
body like sinks in.
I commit to it though. As soon as I slip, I launch. It's good.
Yeah. If you nat one, you would have slipped and fallen on the tile, but you know, again, it's a cannonball.
Lost 50,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But I do need to go to the summer court to sort of learn more about the other courts and see what I can figure out.
I have to do the same thing. That's crazy.
It seems like all of you have reasons to go to the summer court.
I also have to go to the Astral Sea. I have
don't
2
really have it.
planar portal shifting thingies.
Sounds
Oh, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I need to do some training, but I was really hoping to go back to the material plane. At
I
least
wouldn't
for a
be
bit.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
It's
To at
just
least check in.
it's been
Yeah.
so long since Don got to see his family.
Well,
We have some time before Estivali.
yeah, I understand that everyone has things they need to do, and some people are on a bit more of a time limit than others. But I do still gotta check on my family. I have no idea how long it's been.
one of your sisters when you left was like expecting a child. So if
Right.
it's
Yeah.
been like more than a couple months, you probably have a new niece or
Well-
nephew.
Well, the first time we checked, it was like Christmas, and so we had been away for quite.
We
a
had been
bit
away for
already.
Christmas, yeah.
And it's been long. It's been more sessions
1 week.
of us playing this game since then than it was leading up to that point. So it's very possible
We're into summer now,
that
allegedly.
Yeah,
We're getting
we
close
could
to
have been-
summer.
We could have been gone for 6 months.
If
Or more.
this festival is
More.
like aligning the summer material planes, it stands to reasons that we're at the
Probably.
beginning of summer in the material plane, allegedly, unless shit
Either
changed.
Either beginning of summer or the hottest day of summer, so right in the
Right.
middle of it.
Right.
It's
I mean,
basically
it's-
like-
It could be a different year's summer.
That's what I was just gonna
Yeah,
say,
it
Jamie.
could
I was
be.
like, it could be a different year though,
Oh
but
my
also
God.
summer.
See, and that's the thing. So what do we do? Do
Well,
we split up?
What if we meet back at the summer court for?
Maybe we meet somewhere else before we go to the summer court. But yes, we should probably all venture. I mean, I can come. I've never been to the mortal plane, and I don't know what that'll be like. But there's no reason to not go.
I don't know
I
if
do need
you'd
to
like
meet
it
with
or
my
hate
father.
it. I think you'd like some parts of it and hate others.
just know that the weather constantly changes.
All right.
Okay. So, Aurum, you're thinking we should set some place to meet back up if we do split? Place or time, or I guess kind of both.
I was going to say the problem would be finding a way to make sure we're all in the same place at the same time if we're going onto different planes.
Yeah, it's probably better and more consistent.
Well, I have 2 wonderful teachers now at my disposal. Maybe I can ascertain a place where the veil between is thin, like the Witchlight Carnival. And
I could use my wish for it.
like free travel back and forth between the Feywild and the material.
I was just gonna say for us to meet up when we needed to.
Oh. I mean, that is more like specifically serendipitous, I suppose, rather than a general use power that... If you really have nothing that you want to wish for, it seems like there's still a lot that we need to do. So a wish that's directly towards us being able to accomplish those goals isn't a bad idea.
I might have a selfish request that might also help.
It's okay to be selfish.
We go back to the material plane, check on people. We have those mushroom circles, the fairy circles, potentially to get us back there if we can find out the exact one. And then I'd ask you all to come with me to help my friend in the Astral Sea. And if we could do that, I have a way to get us to the summer court.
You have to Zybelna did tell you that you have to figure out how you're going to get out of the Astral Sea when you're done.
So the portal
If you go
won't take me from
physically-
one.
If you go physically, which is what you wanted to do, you have to figure out a way to get your body back. That's one of the drawbacks of going physically. If you astral project there,
Mhm.
then you can just like choose to like sever that connection and wake up back wherever you left your body. So
But
you'll
that's
have to
more
figure out a way-
difficult.
Yeah, I mean, they both have their risks. Like if your body gets attacked in the Astral Sea and you die, like you're permanently dead. If your
Right.
cord gets cut while you're astral projecting, you die.
Then you're lost. Yeah.
But like if your body gets your astral projection body gets attacked and killed, I believe when you die, you just wake up back in your physical form.
I explained that because Kristy was confused.
Like I said, I've got some great teachers here, and there's still plenty more for me to look into in my mother's tome. She was a powerful witch, regardless of how I feel, and Lady Zybilna is a very powerful witch. I'm sure I can, with enough time, figure out a magic that will satisfy our needs to accomplish that.
Okay.
I'm sure of it.
So do we start with just going back and then using my thing to get us back to the summer court? Like the capital of the summer court?
It would still leave Aurum's wish.
I mean, that means Aurum could keep his wish. If we do the fairy circle.
If you have I'm assuming you have a way to get to the astral sea as well, right? So if we
I
go
have the
back,
thing, yeah.
yeah, and then we go to the astral sea, can't you use the other thing to get us to the summer court from there?
I thought so, but maybe not. Because didn't she get
thing?
You said there's two, one to get me to the Emporium, the capital, and then one to get to the Astral Sea.
Yeah. So like she can
So if
get
I'm
you, if you're in the Astral Sea, you could use the other bell to get to the summer court.
That's what I mean.
But it's like if you want to go from the Astral Sea to somewhere else,
you're gonna
have to like
No.
figure out.
That's what I initially meant. Is if I'm in the Astral Sea, that I can ring the bell and we're now in the summer court, right?
If
we're
that's
physically
where we wanted
there,
to immediately go afterwards.
Yeah,
but we have to be physically there.
If you're, but you could also, so like, if you decided that you wanted to astral project instead, you can, like, Zybilna will be like reasonable and can adjust for you. But if you go physically, the easiest way to do things would be, like, Bell, Astral Sea, be there physically, do what you got to do, and then Bell,
Summer Court,
and then that will take you to Summer physically.
Yes, that was my idea. Yes,
yeah. If you
that was my idea.
Okay, yeah. If you astral projected, then you would be, you would go there spiritually, like with your soul, come back at the Palace of Heart's Desire, and you would have a bit of time to like rendezvous before going to Summer. Because you know that Captain Baja has a ship that he has talked about. You don't know what that involves. But there's that. Zybilna also has like a carriage that you guys could ask to use. So you can also get, if you decide to do the astral projection route, you can get from the Palace of Heart's Desire and Prismeer to Summer that way. So it's just a matter of like which order
route,
you want time in between, like kind of situation.
Well, so what? I guess the question is then what sort of timeline we're looking at for Estivali, because if we have time to go to the Astral Sea before we go to Estivali, then that's on the table. But if we don't,
if we don't, then we don't. Yeah,
you do. Yeah, you like Saoirse. Like you don't necessarily the material plane part of it is a bit of a wild card in terms of the passage of time. Like that's always going to be a risk no matter what, whether Estivali was happening soon or not happening again for like a really long time. It would always be a risk to go to the material plane. But like it's that aside, the time spent in the astral sea, like you don't really know what you're facing there, but you think with the amount of time that it should take for Estivali to happen in the Feywild, you probably have enough time to run like 2 or 3 like what I would consider major errands, such as going to the material plane for a little while and going to the astral sea. You could maybe fit one other thing in there if you guys wanted to, but any more than that, you're like really pushing it, and you might show up after it's already started.
Okay.
And we don't want to do that. Maximum effectiveness for going to Estivali is showing up fashionably late.
Gotcha. Okay. So that was Clover's idea of being selfish. Is can we go to the astral plane first, ring the bell, and then get to Summer? Was her selfish one.
And this is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
big for Clover to be asking, hey, can we do mine first?
Yeah, I don't
So-
mind it.
Before the material plane?
No, we go to the material plane, ring the bell, astral, physical.
Oh, okay, astral before summer. Okay.
Yes,
gotcha.
yes.
Yeah. Cool.
No, I don't mind it because, I mean, you're
Unless we
being
do the other
selfish.
way.
I'm being selfish too. I want to go home
I
and
do.
see my family.
I do need to wait here for just a bit. I think it probably won't be more than a couple of days, but my father's coming here and I need to talk to him.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it'd be
of
kind of rude
course.
for me to just like bugger off after asking Zyvilna if he could come here.
Yeah, that's fair. If your dad's coming.
Cupid should be coming too, but if I disappear before he gets here, it's fine. He'll find
Oh.
me.
I'm okay with that, yeah. And gives Ego time to train a bit more too, depending how long your dad takes to get here.
Also, I found a feather in my soul.
A what? In your
There's
soul?
A feather.
Did you
Yeah,
eat a bird?
It was a magpie feather. No, I didn't eat a bird.
Then definitely
It was just sitting there, like on the bottom, on the ground, next to the glowy thing.
A lot of people looking inside their souls on this journey.
I didn't know what would happen when I took it out, but I figured, you only live once.
So it's part of your soul?
I guess so. It was in there. Although, there's also a mortal trapped in my soul, so there's that.
What?
Two, but it's
Wait.
me. But wait, what?
What?
There's a
This is
mortal
why I
trapped in
can't
my soul,
take
but
bath
we don't think
bombs.
we don't think it's getting hurt though. Being in there.
Okay,
Should be
that's
fine.
good. How did it get in your soul?
Don't know. Not a clue.
So you're
Just
part
lives there.
mortal.
No, there's a mortal in my soul.
So you're part mortal.
No, it's just trapped in my soul.
What if
Look,
it-
I don't think that the soul is like an extra dimensional
Counter
It
question.
sure seemed like it. There was like a bunch
Alright.
of different things actually kind of.
My
rifling
counter
around.
question is, how do you know it's something trapped there? Were you told that?
Oh yeah, she said there was a mortal in my soul as well.
But did they say that the mortal was trapped?
She didn't say what she wasn't. It
Wait,
wasn't.
also, who were you you were this was Zyvilna?
Zyvilna?
Yeah, she took me into my soul, and we looked around,
Oh.
and there was a feather, and she said there was a mortal in there as well, and I saw all of the different seasons, and that was interesting. And we're just not going to think about that or talk about it right now.
So there's a mortal in your soul and all the other seasons that you say you definitely aren't.
And allegedly 3 potential soulmates that are you all
Which,
soulmates
Yeah, but
to
we're
each
not-
other
we're
or
really
just
not- I feel like we're getting a little too deep into it, and I can't go there right now.
Oh,
So,
okay, if you don't want to
we're gonna
I mean
we're
it
gonna
Sounds
just
like you
accept-
were the one that went deep first. You
There's
started talking about what was inside your soul.
Well, I
It's-
told you what's there, but we're not gonna talk about it. I still have a lot of
Okay.
things to figure out.
I mean
Souls
that
like
is
are
very
cool.
deep. It's very cool and very deep, but if you don't want to talk about
don't
it right
know
now, we don't
cool,
have
but
to.
We'll see.
I mean it sounds
soul is
really
like-
incredible.
Your soul is like this pool. It's just
Well,
got
No, exactly.
stuff in it.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
just inside
no.
my own soul.
It's got
and I
all
look
4
weird
seasons
and
and
I'm
a
sad.
mortal. So yeah, it's like
made
both of
up-
us.
It's made up of fragments of the different seasons. Yes.
My soul's a lake.
Wait, what?
I know your soul's a lake. Ugh. Does anybody else have a past version of themselves suffering from their own mistakes in their soul?
Wait, I never said anything about a past version of myself.
Okay, no, I know, but I'm talking because that's what I've got going on.
Oh, all right. I was like, wait a second. No, I think all of our individual weird stuff, our stuff is all weird, but it's all different weird stuff.
That's the worst kind of weird.
No, I like.
If you're gonna be weird, at least be consistent.
Oh, I don't know that I like consistency.
Well, the only consistency should be inconsistency then.
Exactly.
But that's still consistent.
Yeah, so all of our stuff is different.
Which is horrible. I go back under the water and I blow bubbles.
In the bubbles.
Yeah.
Bubbles.
Yeah,
in
you
the
definitely
bubbles.
get some soap in your mouth from doing that.
But it tastes good because it's magic
Like
face soap.
mom's soup.
It's like how Play-Doh is technically edible because it's a child's toy, but this is, Feywild soap, so it's probably fine.
It was like
It's gonna
candy
make my
bubbles.
It's gonna make my teeth sing a song.
Maybe.
Is there anything else that anyone wanted to discuss?
No, just is there anything else that we want to do with our friends here before we go? For a lot of them, they saw us. We're gonna go to the castle, and they don't even know what happened. Besides,
You know,
I guess,
Elder
seeing
Call.
the
Have
realm
any of
be
you
free.
seen Valor's Call? Are they still here?
Not since we woke up. I haven't seen them.
I'll have to go. I was going to. I told them I'd go. I'd ask them how to juggle.
Well,
Huh.
I wanted to try that.
I think I'm done with being wet.
Yeah, I'll go look for him.
Do you think Juniper is gonna get sad if we're gone for a while?
Maybe.
Probably, but
Does it
I
feel-
also don't really want to take Juniper near all of my 6-year-old sisters.
Yeah.
She'll be happy here if you just leave her here for a bit.
I worry because when we found Juniper, she lost the people she was with.
She didn't seem to care too much.
I think
She's more
she's just a little.
focused on eating.
She's a little angry a lot of the time, but I think she
Why don't you wish for Juniper to be awakened?
I was literally ink. Literally.
Then you could just always talk it out, and she would be a little smarter and not just constantly trying to eat everything. Or at least you could explain why she shouldn't.
She's really smart.
Yeah, but she would
But,
be able
like,
to talk.
awakened, like how some of the animals that we
I
met.
could've.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like pretty much actually there was talking trees, there were talking oil cans.
Talking stump. I don't think you met him though.
No, he didn't meet Mr. Stump.
Doesn't sound
He
familiar.
came for the fight. I saw him get dropped through one of the roof parts of
Yeah, he got thrown out of a
Motherhorn.
hot air balloon and just
he dive bombed Motherhorn. I saw it.
I mean, is that weird? Would it feel weird for her? Would she
Oh, I thought you meant throwing a stump out of a hot air balloon, and I was like, I mean, not really weird, I don't think.
I mean, yeah, I thought you meant the stump too, and I was like, I guess it depends if I'm the stump or the roof. But no, for Juniper, I mean, I don't know. I like being smart.
What if she's has an existential crisis because she can
She
think
can still
more?
She can. I don't know. I've never been dumb.
Did you have an existential crisis when you grew from being a baby to being an adult?
I thought you were going to say when he learned how to talk, like that he was an awakened lion.
Saoirse. Technically, I believe you have access to the Awaken spell. Because
Oh,
you're
yeah.
level 9 now.
Oh, you can just. Oh, you
And it's a
can-
Oh, she
level
can just
spell.
do it.
You do.
Oh, well,
there is
you
a
need a
material
material
component for
component.
it. Yeah,
Oh,
there
yeah.
is a thing that you need for it, but
I could do it. I honestly forgot that I could do it, but I can do that.
I feel like personally, outside of you guys, she's one of my best friends.
And I think that's a valid
So-
want to keep her
It's
close.
up to you. I just need an agate, but if I've got that, I can do it. You don't have to waste your wish on it.
You'd be able to be friends with her, kind of in the same way that you're friends with us.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to use your spells to talk to her.
I gotta tell you, talking animals are kind of the best. They're like 99% of my friends. You guys are the rest.
Yeah, I miss Luna.
What do we ask her?
Sure.
You can try. I
feel
don't
like
think she'll
she's
understand.
going to say like, pray.
And you know
She's
what's
smart
It
enough.
requires that the target has an intelligence of 3 or lower, and you know what an owlbear's intelligence is? 3.
4. Oh,
3.
oh,
Let's
thank
go.
goodness. I thought you were going to say she's like just slightly too smart to become awakened. You could ask her.
I can't do it until tomorrow, though I don't have it like ready. I have to think about it.
I also don't know how to get her here, so
Oh. Ego crawls up out of the pool and goes to like their folded clothes, and they go to Agden's bag and they rifle around and they pull out the glass key.
Mm-hmm.
Key to the magic carriage. You just, I think, tell the horses where to go. You could go pick her up and bring her back in that.
You can borrow the car.
She was. She
don't
and
wanna
the
toss
rest
it
of
to you because
your.
it's a glass key and we're in a pool and we just won't find it
Did work
again.
right here?
So I don't believe she and the guides, because you guys took the birds, got taken. So the last place that you had them was at
Motherhorn.
Motherhorn.
Yeah.
Which you do know that the end of the road was around there at that time.
You can go back to Motherhorn to go pick them up.
I'm sure we can borrow the carriage.
Mom, can we borrow
I
the
got
carriage?
mom's keys.
got mom's keys.
I have Auntie's keys, and Auntie
You
is
do have
cool
Auntie's keys.
and is going to let me borrow the carriage. I'm sure. Let's go. I don't want to be wet anymore.
Well, I need
All
to
right.
be here, but I'll be here when you guys get back.
Where are we going? I wasn't paying attention.
We're gonna go pick up Juniper, and we're gonna go talk to everybody at the inn because we're gonna be leaving
Oh.
soon.
You should probably also pick up the what are
The
they
cub.
called again? Yeah.
The Displacer Beast cub, Star. We gotta take her home.
Well, we do have to take her home anyway, yeah.
And also, I have some words for Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, I think.
I think I have a fist.
You have 2, actually.
I wonder if you're still king.
I mean, I have no idea.
Wait, you're a king.
The whole thing was kind of a fluke anyway.
Then you became a real emperor. He was king of the carnival.
Oh, so it's sort of like Estivali.
I guess. I mean, it's just the carnival.
A little bit.
Well, so that's what Titania does at Estivali as well. There's whoever gains her favor becomes like king of the carnival. That's what it works.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. sounds like
She
there
grants
might
you
be a
ruin
repeat.
for it.
Okay.
Do you think that's where they got the idea from?
Probably. It's a pretty well-known festival.
Man,
I mean, it's
and
kind
they're
of
not
the
even
festival.
original.
Everyone goes
I'm gonna-
to Estivali.
I'm
Except
gonna
me, I
punch
haven't
them
been
twice.
before because sort of people were unpleasant to me. But I've never been, but I'm interested in going. Should be.
what do you have to do to become the king?
You have to impress her.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, Saoirse, you can explain to them.
Generally,
It's like
sort of a social impression. Like you have to make a good impression socially, and
Something
Alright.
that we
You have to
use
impress
a
her-
different rule set
regarded.
for.
impress her, or otherwise delight her with your presence and your the way you comport yourself.
yeah,
So-
you have to play the game very well.
All right.
And the game is like it's sort of. It's a lot of social stuff.
She can also, it's not always just one person. Like sometimes there's multiple, because like different people are delightful in different ways. So
Right.
there can be more than one.
Okay. So we need.
Oh, and there's the masquerade. I should get. If you all want, I can get you costumes.
There's a lot of stuff that we got to do. So, like for example, we need to bring Star back. We need to bring the twins back. We need to bring the Bugbear's brother back. We need to go check on Dawn's family. There's a lot to do. So let's get Juniper and talk with the people back at the inn that we need to bring home.
Okay. So you guys want to get dressed and head to the crystal carriage? You're very meager clothing.
I have a mission I'm going on. I'm going to go find Molliver. I just grab my clothes and walk off.
Okay, so Saoirse's gonna stay?
I have to, because she doesn't know when her dad's going to show up. So she's like, I can't not be here when he gets here.
Okay, so then is everyone else gonna go and gather up the various people who need to be sent home? Or otherwise awakened, NPCs that have to have things done to them.
Yeah.
Gathering group is...
I'm going.
Okay, is
going.
anyone else staying at the castle? Or sorry, the palace.
Does Saoirse want company, or does she want to deal with her dad alone? Like, I don't want to intrude.
Oh, no, I'd be happy for you all to meet him if you want.
I think Clover is curious on what's the kind of, like, especially seeing Saoirse with her mixed match and then the soul conversation. I feel like Clover wants to kind of stick close if they're all going to go pick up.
I mean, I can also wait. I can also ask him to wait until you get back once he's here. I just don't want to not be here when he gets here.
Yeah. That's
So, but I can be like, hey, do you want to just hang out until my friends get back and you can meet them?
I'll stay.
I'm sure
I'll stay. Yeah, everybody else could go get. Because only Juniper and Star that we need to pick up. Is there anyone else?
Yeah,
we need
Juniper,
to pick up?
Star, Glister, Gleam.
Yeah, the twins, the Bugbear brother.
Burly. I don't know Hurley or Burly. It's one of them.
I believe it's Hurley is here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, we need room in the carriage anyway.
Yeah,
we're actually getting like the owlbear alone is actually a lot. So
the carriage is huge. It is a huge having Juniper in there it's gonna be packed, but you could probably get her and everyone else in there.
Yeah, okay. I'll stay behind.
Get cozy.
I also say that, like, Clover was taking up so much space, but
so much space.
It's like, oh yeah, it really freed room for another 3 people now that the halfling is gone.
It's fine. I don't.
Okay, so we will do NPC gatherers first. So you're just gonna take the carriage?
Yeah.
All right. Joyriding. You can use your little key to get into the carriage, and you can command it to take off. So who's sitting in the driver's seat?
If no one offers, I will, because I have the key, and that seems kind of fun.
I was about to say, I don't have the proficiency required.
I don't
I mean, you don't have to have a proficiency to drive a vehicle. It just helps.
Yeah. He is going to sit up front because he doesn't know if he trusts Ego with directing a cart, but he doesn't want to drive himself.
Go.
I mean, Aurum, if you don't want to be alone in the carriage, there's always that spot in the back of, like, there's somebody always standing at the back of, like, a carriage to, like, help with, like, luggage or to otherwise just, like, be a lookout. You can stand back there. You guys
Can I get on top of the carriage?
Sure. How are you holding on?
I'm gonna lay down on top of it and just hold the edges.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you can definitely totally do that. Yeah, okay. So You guys like turn the key clockwise in the carriage so that you animate the glass Pegasi, but then nobody goes in the carriage. Ego, when you sit in the passenger seat, these reins that are made out of starlight appear in your hands, giving you the ability to steer the carriage. So the Pegasi can pull the carriage at a speed of 40 feet on land or 80 feet while flying.
Ego doesn't know if I have to make them go or if it's magic enough that I say go. So what happens is the reins form and Ego goes, okay, take us to the inn at the end of the road in Yan.
Do you like,
No, Ego's never interacted with horse reins before in their life, so they just hold them and they say it and look at Dawn.
The Pegasi are like stamping their hooves and like seem to be acknowledging the location, but are waiting for something.
You gotta to make them go. They're waiting for you to tell them to go.
Go.
Like that.
Oh,
Have you never seen? Yeah. Have you never seen someone?
I live in the woods.
Don't have...
I live in the woods. My mother travels by giant shoe. Okay.
my mom is the little old lady who lived in, like, she flies around in a big shoe.
And
so
her shoe
what a
like
horse does.
Her shoe like hops, but it faces backwards from where she's going, so people think she's going in the opposite direction.
I have to think about what like my unique like transportation thing is, because that's like all what witches got. They all got a thing that they travel in.
The Pegasi, as you say go, and you like kind of shake the reins at them, they go charging off like towards the edge of this, like the carriage house here, and like burst out through the doors and fly away. Give me an animal handling check. I know they're technically not animals; they're constructs, but
you got it. Hell yeah.
You want to add something to that? You have so many chat rewards.
Do we have just a D4? Because I don't want to make it too good. Ego should be mad at this.
We have a D6. We have Probo, which is a 3.
I think our proficiency.
Oh, our Probo's a 4 now.
4 now.
So do you want to use the Probo or do you want to use the 6?
I'll use a 6. Like old times inspiration.
Okay.
It's a 6.
Hey.
Better than a Probo. Okay, so that makes it from 9 all the way to 15.
Okay. Which is good because that was the DC that you needed to be able to do this.
It was meant to be. Except when I rolled it the first time and it wasn't the number.
Oh, I like this person that's been that has a riddle in the chat. That's cool. Very cool, Spin Lippy.
We have a riddle?
There is. I flow downhill like the river. You can try to divert me, but never you can never win. I am colored red, black, and gold like the dragons of old. You can try to bob and weave, but I cannot be hit hard. What am I? So it's not charcoal.
I thought it was gonna be like the sunset.
Yeah, that's kind of good. I feel like a sunset is like a pretty good like guess.
That's the only thing is red, black, and
gold.
Oh,
you can never win.
Oh, but never can you win. Okay.
I like. Well, that is my guess, and we'll see if I, by the end of the game, we'll see if we get it. That's fun.
Yeah.
I put it in the chat so you can like look at it more easily than scrolling.
Yeah. Oh, I'm curious now. But yeah, so with a 15, that is just enough. Initially, like the takeoff is like a little bit rough, and like the carriage is kind of bumpy in the air. There's like a little bit of turbulence. But you feel like you get a hang of it pretty quick, like pulling on these reins made of starlight, and like maybe being like, I command you by the will of the shadows, like go forth, like giving them like little quips that the Pegasi seem to be like, they're like about it, they're into it. And so fairly quickly, you guys are ferried away from the Palace of Heart's Desire and towards the rest of Prismeer, which is now no longer divided by the mists. And is whole once again. As you fly over, you can see that a lot of the damage done by the hags is starting to fade. So the like swampy, stagnant water of Hither is starting to like clear out, and that like icky green muck is being replaced with like a very fresh, like green and like clear water of like, you know, a waterway, or like I forget what it's called when like a river like breaks up into a bunch of little pieces. Tributary, I don't remember. But that's looking a lot better. Some of the rot that had been infecting the trees of Thither is starting to be replaced with fresh green growth. And in Yon, as you arrive in this region, it's still mountainous, but there are these like very like soft, dark green foliaged like flowers growing all over the rocks everywhere that have this like faint glow to them. And there's like this gentle breeze that sings down the mountainside, and like an aurora borealis in the sky above. And after a little while, you would come to the inn at the end of the road. It seems to be at a point where like the mountains of Yon start to like soften a little bit into like hills to then transition into Hither. And it is walking currently on its many, many feet. Yeah, you can like roll up to it. As you guys roll up, it will eventually stop and plant itself in the ground. You can like park the carriage there. You guys did request that like a little stable be built onto the side so that Stilts could have a place to stay. So if you want to like park the carriage in that area, it's a little bit tight, but it'll work. Yeah, you guys can head into the inn at the end of the road.
All right. Let's see how everyone's been doing. Oh, I have to open the door. Hold on. Oh wait, no one's in there.
You do have to lock it though if you want to turn the Pegasi like off.
Yeah, we'll lock it.
Yeah, probably good.
I tap it and the horses go beep beep.
Oh my god, yeah. So the horses beep and the carriage is locked. And you guys can head into the inn at the end of the road. So the door to like the common room is actually like not there anymore. It's just like an open archway, and it is lively. It is like bumping in here. In fact, I'm going to swap us musically to a tavern. So like there are like various people, like Octavian and even like a couple other folks like playing instruments. The fire is roaring. You can see that Rosalie, the halfling, is there dancing with this like little will-o-wisp, who you know to be Bilston, her deceased boyfriend. Black Donald is there dancing, ? He's kind of just like bobbing up and down and occasionally like stepping to one side. But yeah, you would see that your guides are there. They have Juniper in there with like a huge plate of like meats and also pastries in front of her, and she's kind of like curled up by the fire like a really big dog. Star is probably like asleep on top of her. When like his tentacles like occasionally in his sleep are just like the way that an animal like their legs will kick when they're dreaming. His tentacles are just like waving in the air. And all 6 of his legs are just like kicking around. And Sue will come running up to the 3 of you and say, "Oh my gosh, we haven't heard from you. We were worried y'all went to that palace, but we figured because everything kind of stopped being shitty that you probably did what you needed to do. Welcome back. Are Saoirse and Clover okay? Oh, don't tell me that they're dead."
No, I mean, Saoirse briefly, but they're fine. They're back
Oh
in
my
the
stars.
palace. Oh, well.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good news at least.
They're fine. We just wanted to check on everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's, you know what? I'll tell you, the end of the road has never been better. Got lots of guests.
Very lively now, huh?
Indeed, I actually had the house kind of switch things up. Much more obedient and cooperative now that things seem to have been worked out with Zybilna, so that's great. Thank y'all very much for what you've done to help out around here. Were you looking to stay for the night? Did y'all need any food?
I don't think we need a room, right? We're just
No.
kind of...
We're stopping by and making sure everyone's okay.
Oh yeah, well, almost everybody's out here, I think. A couple of them folks that you seem to have rescued from your traipsing around and adventuring, they're in here. Was there anyone in particular you were looking for?
Well, you want to find Juniper?
Yeah, Juniper's over there.
Found.
Alright.
Glistering Gleam.
Glistering Gleam.
The
The twins are dancing, like, with everyone in the common area.
Did a bugbear check in?
Oh yeah, I think he's in the common room, and she'll like point over, and you can see that like in the far corner, he's there, like kind of like if a bugbear could blush, he's blushing. But he has like a bunch of like papers in his hand, and like gets up and starts doing like dramatic poetry readings. It's really bad. It's very stiff, very robotic, but he's trying, and like everybody at the end of the road is forgiving, and like they're like, oh, good job. Yeah, like everybody that you have met in this place, like Captain Baja is there, Moby Richard is there in his walking fishbowl now, Wynn is there, she is sitting by Octavian, where he is performing, and I think that's everyone.
Yeah, because Star's with
Juniper.
With Juniper. Yeah, so
Yeah, because you guys brought Star. Like, Star had been with the kids, and then you guys brought her.
all of the folks that came from the material, minus Juniper, I guess. We're trying to get everybody home.
Oh, well, that is so kind of you. I mean, you're always welcome to call the inn at the end of the road your home away from home if you ever need a place to stay. You're always welcome. What would I do without my two big, strong men to help out and taste test all of my baking? And she goes and like is rubbing Aurum and Dawn's biceps.
And me too, right?
Oh yeah, of course, honey. I love having you around. You're like a cute little storm cloud in the corner. You gotta have a little bit of rain so that you appreciate the sunshine all that much more. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Well, I appreciate it.
Of course. Yeah, we got plenty of guests here now, thanks to all them folks that y'all freed from Motherhorn. Business is booming, but I won't keep you. You know me, I like to gab, I like to yap.
Yeah, and if I see any of my family either out in the Feywild or on the material, I'll let them know that they can probably come stay here if they need to.
Of course. You just tell them to let Auntie Sue know that they're a friend of Dawn, and I'll get them fixed up real good. But yeah, so you guys can collect your NPCs. Everybody's like really excited to see you guys and is like crowding you and like congratulating you for what you've done, thanking you. Okay. But yeah, like everybody is just like super happy to see you and is just showering you with praise. If there's any conversations you wanted to have with any of these NPCs that are all here, Now is the time.
Oh, jeez. I don't really know what they would say, but I do know that Ego would want to like have another moment with Win and the captain, since they, and a little bit with Black Donald too, complimenting on their help in the fight. Just kind of I think it's sort of the same conversation 3 times of like, thank you for your help, and they know that they're saying thank you. They're willing to have that be a thing, but just
You get thank yous right back, so any sort of bargain is made even instantly.
yeah. I just appreciation for the help on the journey, I think, is good for Ego. So it's probably a very similar conversation every time where Ego does their best to seem appreciative.
Yeah, for sure. When you like chat with everyone, Win will tell you that now that she's no longer like dealing with her curse, like number one, she can actually make eye contact with you and is like very like locked in and talking to you. I think she would probably explain like what happened with her. She had run away from her noble family in the summer court because her parents wanted to force her into an arranged marriage. But all she wanted to do was focus on her art because she loved creating art and like painting any medium. Like she just loved discovering new ones and trying them all out. So she had sought help from Beth Lorna in getting out of this marriage deal so that she could focus on her art, and then that kind of blew up in her face. And I think she would probably also confide in you that she and Octavian like have a little bit of a thing. She's really nervous about it though, because like not wanting to like be in a relationship is kind of what drove her to this whole situation in the first place. So they're like navigating some difficulties with that, but he's very patient and very kind, so she appreciates that, and is not like some random noble that she doesn't know that's gonna like cheat on her like from the summer court. For Captain Baja and Moby Richard, they are heading over to the coast. They were actually planning on leaving like pretty soon, like after things started settling down. You can see they actually like have their bags with them because they need to continue their work, which they basically work as like traders. They sail the Fey Seas and also the Astral Sea to transport like interdimensional goods. So they're going to be headed back. Captain Baja is very excited to see his wife. So that's what they're doing. Yeah, and Black Donald is very grateful that he was there to help you defeat those hags, but not like, oh, I'm so glad I helped defeat those hags. He's like, I'm glad that I got to like demolish powerful beings and assert my dominance over them, like in service to our bargain to help me become more whimsical. So yeah. Yeah, and like Rosalie and Bilston, they're figuring it out, but they're very dedicated to each other. They're just having, the will-o-wisp and a person. It's their own special arrangement. It works for them. But yeah, everybody's super grateful and like thanks you immensely for everything that you guys have done.
Ego's really done. Otherwise, they'll just find it. We gotta keep moving, or I'll sit in that big armchair and like I won't want to get up.
Yeah. All right. Final call. 3.
Aurum will cast Speak with Animals and ask Juniper.
Ooh, not pray.
Yeah. Yes, not pray. How we have to leave, like all the not prey.
Find more prey?
Maybe later. I think first we're finding more not prey.
Oh.
But then we're gonna go find prey.
Ooh.
And we were kind of wondering, like, maybe, like, if you wanted to come, potentially, we could, like, make it so you could speak to all of us.
Speak with, not pray.
And pray. You can speak with everybody.
Little cat, not pray?
Little cat, definitely not pray.
Well, she looks over to Ego. Not pray?
Not pray.
Not pray. Talk?
Yes.
Not pray. Help hunt?
Yes.
Ooh.
You want to do it?
Ooh, ooh.
All right. Cool. Well, you gotta come with us because we gotta go find Saoirse. Tall, not pray.
Colorful, tall, not pray.
Yeah.
Smells like grass, not pray.
Yeah. Yeah, not pray.
Ooh.
All right. Cool.
Cub! And she, like, picks up Star, like, by his scruff. And, like, puts him down, and he's, like, yawning and, like, waking up and, like, stretching his, like, tentacles. Found cub. Small, not prey.
This cub has a family.
Yes, not prey, family.
Okay.
Cub, and she like picks him back up in her beak, and he's just like waving all of his paws and like tentacles
Oh
around.
my god.
Okay.
My
Hey,
cub.
Ego.
No.
Ego. Dawn.
Yeah.
I need both of you.
Okay.
I need help.
No, I need an adult.
Juniper thinks Star is her cup now.
Did you
Dodge starts snickering.
did you explain that she's not? Because they're not even the same species?
Hey Juniper.
She's like has put Star down and is like licking him and looks up at you.
Star is not your cup.
Not my cub. No hatch. But my cub.
Oh no, she understands the concept of found family.
She's been traveling with you guys. What do you expect?
But we're taking Star to it's his mom that hatched him.
Challenge mother for cub.
Oh.
Mother pray.
No,
Kill mother.
no.
Oh no. You need to awaken her just to explain to her why
You
she
really
can't
need
do
to
this.
awaken her because she
Okay.
does not get it.
We have to go, guys. So now this got way worse. Juniper understands that this is not her cub, but because she found it, she's saying it is her cub now. And I explained that we're supposed to
Finders
take
are keepers.
Star back to Star's mom, and now Juniper wants to challenge Star's mom to keep her cub.
I wonder who would win in a full fight between a displacer beast and an owlbear. Probably the owlbear.
It's
My-
probably the owl.
My bet's on the owlbear. Maybe they can. I mean,
If we take
Co-parent?
her, if we take her and awaken her, maybe we can explain this better.
yeah, animals
Yeah.
co-parent all the time. I think.
Otherwise, it's Otherwise, do we let them fight? Or...
I don't see another option.
I mean, we could like just take the kid. They're free, you know.
I guess.
The most basic sense of the word, they are free.
All right. Well,
We'll take them back.
Yes,
I'll
you
go
can-
tell the twins.
Yeah, the twins are happy to see you. And when you mentioned like going back to the carnival, you know, like there's a little bit of like trepidation on their faces because like they're like, well, we left for such a long time. Do you think Mrs. Witchlight will welcome us back? And I believe Glister is the one with the sun mask and has a little bit more of a forceful personality. And Glister's like, it will be all right, Gleam. They have to welcome us back. Surely they haven't found any acrobats with even an iota of our ability or coordination. And the two of them like both like they do like a little like joint tumbling maneuver like amongst the people that are here. It's very gaudy, very showy. But they're ready to go back with you. Pearly like sees this and like kind of like gets up and like walks over to the group of you. You're going back.
It's the plan.
Then I guess it's time that I face the music.
Like literally, like you're gonna perform, or like your brother.
Would you like me to sing? I've been writing a ballad of your great deeds. I think I could perform it. I think I could sing it for you.
Hit a couple notes. Give us
There once was a party of adventurers so fair, and it's like terribly off key.
You know,
He didn't rhyme it.
I want to hear the full thing when we're like all settled in, and I can like have a drink with it. It sounds like it'll be great.
Okay, great. I'm looking forward to seeing Burley again. Even if we did kind of leave on bad terms. I hope he's not too mad at me.
Last I checked, he was just worried.
He always was a lot smarter. I should have listened to him.
You'll have time to make up.
I'm ready. So, yep, they will all gather their
Everybody
things.
get in that carriage.
Yeah, and it's a tight fit with the owl bear, and the bugbear. It's a
Is
tight
Aurum
fit.
gonna go
Luckily,
on top again?
yes.
oh, you know what? I should have had you roll an athletics check to hold on. But we'll just do it for the return trip. Yeah. So let's see. Luckily, Glister and Gleam are acrobats, so they'll probably hang on to the back of the carriage, and it'll just be Juniper, Star, and Hurley inside of the carriage, so it's slightly less oppressively tight. But yeah, let's get an athletics check for Aurum for the return journey.
A 13 plus 9 for 22.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to hold on quite well. And as the carriage takes off, like you don't lose your grip or anything. And I think Glister and Gleam, because they're just like, if you've ever seen like when people do that thing at carnivals where they like all stand on each other and like they're each standing on each other's like knees and shoulders and just like they're kind of like doing that on the side of the carriage, and they're both like, this is very impressive, Mr. Aurum. Have you ever considered a job at a carnival? I think you would make for a great acrobat, or perhaps a performer of feats of strength.
I love performing feats of strength as much as the next guy, but I don't think I could work at a carnival.
Have you ever been to the Witchlight Carnival?
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's delightful. It sounds like we're going to go see it rather soon.
I mean, I haven't heard anything about it, so.
Well, it's a very wonderful place full of whimsy and wonder and magic and mystery. And attractions for all ages.
Can I learn about the summer court there?
Ooh, maybe not.
Oh,
It's a Fae carnival, but we tried to keep our connections with any of the particular courts limited, controlled. Mr. Witch and Mr. Light are in charge of all of that.
all right. If you say so, I guess I just got to see it for myself. I really don't. I don't think I've ever been to a carnival ever, so I don't really know what that
for a
is.
treat. Just wait. Whatever you were imagining, I promise you it's better.
All right.
And yeah, you guys can set back. So then we'll cut over to the ladies, the hangout girlies. So Saoirse, Saoirse, well,
Dripping wet. Just
yeah.
grabbed my clothes. Yep.
Yeah, is there anything
One-
that you two wanted to discuss or do?
Right,
Something's
thank
gonna
you,
happen
St.
but
Andrew.
before that. Oh,
The
thank you,
D12.
St. Andrew.
Oh yeah, he did
Hey.
a D10 and a D12.
Oh, we did a D10 as well? Did I miss a D10?
Yeah, up earlier.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you for doing that.
Oh yeah, I see yeah, it's like up there.
Thank you. The stream.
Saoirse is just looking for both an agate, which she's not entirely sure what that is.
Oh.
I feel like because this is like a spell component for a spell that she has, she's just like, I need this specific shiny rock, and I'm just gonna start digging around in rocks till I find the right one.
Yeah?
The one that feels correct.
Okay.
And Moliver.
Okay.
Because I told
So
them I would have them teach me how to juggle.
roll an investigation check for the agate.
No, that is a 2, and I believe I have a -1 for investigation.
So a dirty
that's
one.
correct. So that is a total 1.
Cool. So you start like looking for an agate, but I think in classic Saoirse fashion, like you
distracted by
you
all
don't
the
really
shiny
yeah, like you don't find any like cool like rocks or shinies in the palace that are like able to be lifted. Like a lot of the gems are like built into the surroundings, and it's like kind of hard to pry those out. So you go out to the garden and immediately like lose track of focus because you find like the coolest shaped rocks. Like you find rocks that are as thin as paper. You find multiple rocks that are shaped like hearts. You find hagstones, which are just like the rock with the hole in the middle. Like there's one that's shaped like eerily like a horse.
I get that one too.
Yeah,
I
there's some that are
take the
shaped like
horse one,
birds.
and I put a little crystal horn on it and hand it to Clover.
But yeah, so not a lot of luck finding rocks. However, because you go into the garden and you get distracted by rocks, you actually do notice Moliver and the rest of Valor's Call is actually out in the palace gardens.
Oh, I'll go over to them.
And they'll wave and all of them will like say hello to you, and you know they all thank you for what the group has done to help. They would also tell you that Kellic has been put into like what is the official name of this room? The sludge-filled tower. And is going to face Zybilna's justice.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Have you tried the baths? They're very fun.
You know, I haven't tried them yet, but I might give it a go. What do you guys think? And I feel like Mercian, like the cleric, and Strongheart, who's like the party paladin, they kind of like blush at the thought of like being in a communal bath.
I mean, Saoirse is still fully naked as well.
Okay, so given that when you
She's
walk
drip
up,
drying, man. She's
Try.
yeah, you
so
gotta
when you walk up and you actually don't even see that Strongheart and Mercian would be blushing at this because they see you, both of them, their eyes go wide and their faces both go like beet red, and they turn and are kind of like talking to you like over the shoulder. Moliver is like unblinking, like really trying to keep eye contact with you.
Yeah.
Like, really
Even though I'm
trying.
so tall, he's
Yeah,
like
but
right at like chest level.
occasionally they do go down a little bit, and then they like shake, and then Elkhorn is just like this old dwarf man just jaw on the floor. I think for Ringle Run. Like, he, like, looks at you and just, ugh, and, like, goes back to, like, reading a book.
Judgmental.
But yeah, so, Molliver's like, yeah, you know, the baths sound great. Did you need a coat or something? Are you cold?
No, I'm not cold. It's actually quite wonderful temperature-wise here.
Right. Is this like...
Should I be cold? Am I not feeling something that's here?
It's just, we're not Fae. So if this is some sort of Fae thing that you do walk around in your birthday suit, then, it's a little bit new to us.
Birthday.
You don't?
No, I was just sort of created.
Well, whatever day you were created is your birthday.
We don't really have days. That's all sort of
Oh.
time is sort of a little strange here.
Would you like a birthday? Like, we could give you one.
Birthday. What does it consist of?
Well, it's, there's a calendar, right? And it tracks, like, all the days of the year and groups them into different months based on, you know, like, what season it is. And it, once,
like seasons I get. Yes.
Yeah, so, Ringle Run, I don't really know how it all works in Ringle Run's size and, like, turns, and, like, he has no problem making eye contact with you. He's unfazed, just annoyed. Once the world has made a complete turn around the sun, the calendar starts again.
Your world dances.
Well, it sort of spins around our sun, yes. I guess you could consider it a dance.
That's cool.
But for each, what is it?
Season?
Revolution. For each revolution, there is an entire calendar, and within that calendar is the same set of months that occurs every single year to mark the passage of time. It is very important. Not all of us can just live freely in every moment. Some of us are quite affected by the passage of time, and he gestures to his, like, old, frail body.
I mean, there's things you could do about that if you really wanted to.
Yes, quite. But, right, so, basically, like, your birthday is the day that you popped out of your mum. That's your birthday. So, it could be like Uptar 11.
How it works here.
Oh. Really? You're not like
pop out of anything. I mean, technically, it sort of formed me inside of a flower, but I think that was more for fun than anything.
Oh. Alright. Well, if you want a birthday, we could give you one. I mean, you don't have one, so you can just we could just choose one that makes sense. Where are you from again?
Springport. The Princess of the Springport.
Ches 19. It's the spring equinox.
April 25th.
All right.
It's not too hot, not too cold.
It's the perfect day.
All you need is a light jacket.
Yeah, I think Ches 19, that's the spring equinox. That's like the point that day and night are equal. That's why it's equinox, and that is the point that it turns from winter to spring.
And I have to wear a particular suit on that day, you're saying?
Well, birthday suit is a saying, you see, it's sort of like, because when you're born, you're naked, right? You're just like a little baby.
Well, I wasn't, but okay.
Well, for us, the way that it works, you're born, you come out of your mother, and you don't have any clothes on or anything, so your birthday suit is your naked body.
Oh, alright. Well, I'm pretty good at wearing that, so I think I can certainly do that on my day of birth.
I mean, maybe in the Feywild is fine, but if you're ever on the material plane on Ches 19, maybe, like, only wear your birthday suit in the privacy of your own room or house or wherever you're staying, because if you go out in public like that, you might get a fine.
Is that what this is about?
I mean, it's not uncomfortable, it's just different. You don't...
I mean, put my clothes on, they're right here.
I don't know if this is rude to say, but you're lovely. It's just not every day that you see. a naked lady walking around.
Right. Okay. Well then, I mean, not here, I guess.
Well,
The dryads never wear clothes, so where I'm from, it's sort of a normal thing.
well, yeah, but they're like made out of a tree, right? So
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it's
not really much different.
really not, is it?
The
The only difference is, you see, we don't like see dryads all the time. They're pretty rare.
Oh, I see them all the time. They're some of my closest friends, actually.
Most of the people that we see all the time have some sort of clothing on, even if it's just pants.
Oh, the people with clothing on don't like me in the Spring Court, so
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
that's alright. It's not your fault. It's sort of my parents' fault.
I'm sure giving you a birthday, is there something we can do for you? We were actually going to be heading out soon.
Oh, so we. I mean, at first I have to wait for my dad. He's coming here, and then
Oh.
I'm gonna head to the Mortal Plane. Actually.
Wait, your dad, is he one of the ones that wears clothes where you're from?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but he does like me.
Okay.
My dad's
Have to
great. You'd
specify.
actually really like him, I think. You two will probably get along very well.
Lovely.
He's very nice. He's the West Wind.
My dad's a blacksmith.
I don't know what that is.
He makes like metals, makes swords and hammers and rakes and makes stuff out of
we've
metal.
got those. We don't really. I mean, I don't go around them very much because I don't have any use for swords and stuff. But we certainly have them. My mother has like a proper army with swords and everything.
Well, yeah, my dad
I'll put
makes.
this on.
Yeah.
Start getting dressed.
All right, you two can turn around now. You have to understand, Saoirse, and they lean in a little bit. See, Strongheart and Mercian are very proper. Very It's just a lot for them to see that. Some of us are a little bit more loose than others, but those two are buttoned up real tight. If you
Right, so
catch
you're
my
more
drift.
fun. I understand.
Oh, well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, I actually would say that. I would exactly say that. I think I am the most fun person in Vallis Cole. And Elkhorn is
Although I like Elkhorn's very fun too.
I
we
take
have-
offense to that.
was
I've
gonna
been
say.
around. I've been around being the most fun member of Valor's Call longer than you've been alive. To Molliver. All right.
Elkhorn's also very fun. We had a great time while we were trapped in the pit.
All right. Yeah, he did mention that he was in some sort of kitchen pit. Well, if you're heading out after your dad comes, then I wish you well. And whatever you're doing, just know if you ever in the material plane.
Yeah, that's where
You're
we're
welcome.
going. It's the material plane.
Oh, where to?
I don't know. What, Clover? where are we going? I
am I here?
Yeah, I.
You can
assumed
be if
you
you
followed her.
want.
Or if you
Sure.
didn't, I mean.
Yeah, I'll come find you. Where are we going? Oh, we're going to the Witchlight Carnival. Back to, oh my god, what's our town name? I should know this.
Amphale.
Amphale.
Oh, you know what? That's not really. We all kind of post up in Waterdeep.
That's
when we're not.
what Dawn and
tracing
Ego
the
keep talking
planes.
about Waterdeep.
Oh, it's a
think
great
we-
city.
I think we might be swinging by Waterdeep. I think Ego wants to get some, like, magic items and stuff.
Waterdeep is great. You'll never find another city like it. Really is the jewel of the Sword Coast, if you ask me. But that's where we have our base. We're not always there, and there are some other members of Atlas Call that pop in and out. But if you're ever there, come calling.
Could you, like, write down the address? I don't think I've been to Waterdeep in a really, 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 really long time. I'm gonna get lost.
Yeah. So they will give you they'll write down an address.
Cool, I'm gonna give that to Dawn when they get back because Clover's like, if anyone's gonna find it, Dawn can find it.
Yeah, I believe their base is probably either in the Dock Ward or the Southern Ward.
Okay.
Just knowing, because like the Southern Ward is a lot of like businesses.
Yeah, true. Dockward also makes sense, either or.
Yeah, honestly, it's probably in the Dock Ward because like that's the place where you're gonna get the cheapest real estate.
True.
That isn't in the Field Ward.
True.
So yeah, it's probably in the dock ward somewhere.
Okay.
But they will tell you. Oh my god, haircut is like laying here like full belly out. But yeah, so they'll give you the address. I'm gonna send this picture to you guys because this is crazy. And tell you, yeah, come visit anytime. We're going back there now, pretty much now, like I said. So, I mean, apparently time's all weird in the Feywild. You come and go, and it can be like the snap of a finger, or it could be like your whole family's lifetime passed, and now you don't know anybody anymore. So,
We'll find out. We'll try to find you.
Well, we did get a boom from Zybilna. Zybilna did promise to sort of hold a space and time for us so we can get back to when we wanted to be. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll find you at the right time.
Of course.
We'll do our best.
You know, Saoirse, when if you guys come by, I could teach you how to juggle daggers there.
See, that's what I was coming here for, was because we talked about that. So I was like, I should find Oliver so that they can teach me how to juggle.
Well, I can show you how to juggle with something a little less dangerous than a dagger to start, and then we can move up to daggers if you feel like, you've progressed enough by the time you get to Waterdeep. And they will pull out some little hacky sack little balls that they have, and they'll begin giving you a quick lesson on how to juggle. You can roll a performance check to see how you do.
Okay. Performance isn't my worst stat.
Do you have proficiency in performance?
I do not. No.
Okay.
But I do have a +3 because my charisma is.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you have proficiency in performance for this one, you would not because you are not proficient in juggling, but works out.
That is a 13 total.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely requires some coordination that you still have to work on. But at the end of this little lesson time that you spend, you're able to get a couple throws in before you lose track of the little balls. And Molliver is like, "All right, you're pretty good at this, especially for a beginner. If this is your first time, you keep those and keep practicing."
Oh, all right. Here, then I'll here. And she pulls together and makes I guess little moss balls that are very similar, and hands those over to Molliver. Fair trade.
Oh, they're squishy. I like that.
Yeah. They're sort of similar texture.
Yeah, and they'll begin juggling. Oh, alright, I can get used to this. I never thought of juggling a moss ball, but it works.
I thought about making them out of crystal, but it would have been a lot different consistency, so.
Yeah, it would definitely be heavier. You'd need to be ready for that as you're throwing some heavier impact in your hand. Well,
yeah. I guess after that, she's just waiting to see when her dad shows up. So she'll just kind of start wandering around, continuing to look for shiny rocks. Wait, I'll ask them if they've seen any shiny rocks. Good, shiny rocks. I guess, yeah, shiny rocks. I'll know the right one when I find it. But I need I feel like I need a particularly, a specific shiny rock.
So they will confer amongst themselves, and there's definitely some
or an awakening spell.
Strongheart and Mercian kind of are speaking sternly to Ringlerun after you make this ask. They kind of confer among the group. And they're like, well, part of being an adventurer and traveling around the plains, doling out justice, means that you find treasure in a lot of places. And if you want to look through what we have, if you see the right thing, you can take it as a thank you for helping us.
Oh, all right, sure.
Yeah, and they would have an agate, it's a moss agate.
It's not like she's even taking anything that's particularly valuable. It is worth 1,000 gold, but it's not I'm going to take a magic item from you guys.
Yeah, they pull all the gems together, and there's definitely a hefty, very well formed moss agate in there that you think could probably work as the component for that spell.
Ah, perfect. That'll do. Yeah, thank you.
Ringlerun lets out a big sigh. You are welcome. Or not Ringle Run, yeah.
Yeah. Think Saoirse has anything. Let me see.
They don't want anything in return. This is like as a thank you for all of the help that you guys have done. They're basically like willing to give you this.
Okay.
So they're basically like repaying a debt.
Yeah, then I guess it's just sort of like wandering and exploring and looking around and watching the dragonflies. She likes the dragonflies.
Yeah. And now they're like, oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I think, like, as Saoirse is doing, like, the juggling and stuff, I think Clover, because this is what Kristy's doing, is going to go through, like, and do, like, a little, like, meditation to see what spells she's taking, because I realized I haven't taken my new spells yet.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, you can definitely do that, and you can, like, sit and, like, meditate on this, like, magic that you feel, like, coursing through your bloodstream. And when you, like, sit and focus on it, it has this, like, you almost, like, are overcome with, like, a sense of euphoria, and yet there's also, like, a dark element to it. Like, you know, the euphoria you're getting from, like, Sam, but there's, like, something else in there that feels, like, very, like, dark, and you don't know if the euphoria will stay happiness or, like, flip into some sort of, like, rage. Like, you realize that that like, feeling of, like, being so high emotionally can very easily switch into something, like, darker.
Okay.
But yeah, you can definitely do that. As the carriage starts to get, like, haircut. Why are you yelling? You don't need to yell. Yeah, so as the carriage begins to, like, arrive, Saoirse, you would look out over, like, to the west, and you see that there is, like, a cloud of butterflies that is, like, flying in towards the Palace of Heart's Desire.
Oh, Clover, he's here.
Oh?
Yeah, see the butterflies? That's my dad.
Yeah, you look over, there's thousands and thousands of butterflies that are, like, flitting over. So the carriage arrives probably about the same time. So if you guys, Saoirse, you'll have, like, a little bit of alone time with your dad, but you can flag over the rest of the group if you so wish. But landing in the garden, probably, let's see. He'll probably land, like, kind of near the pond, like, probably, like, over here, if you can see where I'm pinging.
That's where Saoirse was anyway.
Yeah. So, this cloud of butterflies will, like, congregate in this area and form this, like, very densely packed swirl of wind. And they, like, begin, like, swirling up and up and up, and, like, materializing from these butterflies is a young man. He appears to be, like, maybe in his mid-20s. He has this, like, very soft, curly brown hair, a very, like, androgynous, almost like effeminate face, and he has, like, a thin but muscular body. He's, like, hairless. Like, after the eyelashes down, this man does not have a speck of hair on his body. Like, he's wearing just this, like, loose, like, toga that he has, like, a golden kind of, like, sash wrapped around the waist and, like, a little clasp in the shape of a horse, like, at his shoulder. But he will appear there and kind of, like, looks around, startled, like taking in the space, and sees.
Just throws herself at him.
Oh, my sweet Breeze, it's so good to see you. And he'll, like, give you a big hug. And he, like, even though he's like shorter than you, like, he's, like, maybe 6 feet. But he's surprisingly strong, and he, like, picks you up and, like, twirls you around. Saoirse, oh, my girl.
I'm so glad that you came here.
Of course. Anything for you.
It's been pretty crazy.
Yeah.
There's been a lot going on.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, maybe you should meet my friends first, and then we can sort of together. I have friends now. Other than Cupid and the animals.
Of course you
Can I
have
try 'em?
friends, my sweet breeze. You're
No,
a
like
force
people
of
friends.
nature. Oh, people
more.
friends. Oh. Well, I would love if you would introduce me.
Yeah, let's go. And she'll try and track down, I guess, Clover, because she knows Clover's here. She doesn't know the rest have arrived yet. So
Yeah, Clover's like meditating peacefully, like in the garden, picking spells. So you can gather her up if she's ready to come on over. And the rest of your friends are coming out of the carriage house, probably like onto the what is this, like the pavilion, like the little like balcony of the castle. So you can flag them down.
yeah, I'll go like bring everybody together. Be like, this is my dad. Dad, this is everybody.
That's your dad?
Yeah.
He doesn't look old enough to be a dad.
Well, he can look however he wants.
But why would he choose to look like that when he has a kid?
Why wouldn't he?
Oh, am I making you uncomfortable? I can change.
No, yes.
I wouldn't want to make any of Saoirse's beloved friends uncomfortable. If you don't mind me asking, what about it is uncomfortable for you? I would really love to unpack that with you.
What?
I would just like to get a better understanding of what about this form is uncomfortable.
You look like you. One, you look like you're like 20, maybe, and you just got out of a waxing salon. Like, there's no hair anywhere.
Oh, okay. Do you
Her
think?
hair is pretty important to them, I think.
Oh, yeah, I was actually gonna ask if, being a satyr, if having hair is a sign of status for you, but I think I can do something about that. And he will hold out his hands, and like all of the butterflies that have landed everywhere all over the garden will come back and like swirl around him again. And this time he looks like the same guy but aged up to like maybe 40, and he has given himself like a little bit of like 5 o'clock shadow, and he has like some hair now.
That's
like a little bit of hair to match the like light brown, almost like slightly reddish, like waves that he has coming down. Are you more comfortable now? I can become a satyr if that works better for you. I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable.
No, I'm good. It was just Archfey are weird.
Oh, I'm not an archfey. Technically, I'm a nature spirit.
Okay.
But that's okay if you think I'm weird. I appreciate you speaking your heart.
I love him so much.
Okay. Are you good? Are you high?
No, I mean, I'm high on life. But yeah, right now I'm on the ground. But when you're a wind spirit, you can get pretty high if you want. Oh, did you mean intoxicated?
Yeah.
No, I'm not intoxicated right now. Did you want a drink or something to smoke?
No.
Well, that's good. You should take care of your body.
Yeah, you've only got us for so long. It's true.
I have no words.
Oh, well, then let me give some in your place. I am the West Wind. I'm Saoirse's father. You can call me the Watcher on the West Wind, the Swan King, Lord of Horses and Butterflies, or even His Gentleness. It is
It's
such a
been
pleasure to meet you all. And he'll go around and like clasp each of your hands and like give you this very like earnest look. What should I call you?
I'm Ego.
You can call
Ego.
me Don.
Dawn. I'm assuming Clover introduced herself because I know Kristy's BRB. Clover.
How do
And then
you
he
know?
and then he'll look over at Aurum and like takes one of Aurum's hands.
Am I supposed to use my real name, or am I supposed to make a different name?
Well, I did ask what I should call you, so it's whatever makes you feel more comfortable. If you're willing to share your real name with me, know that I will do what I can to cherish and protect that power that you give me. But if you're not comfortable sharing that, that's okay.
You can call me Big Cat.
Big Cat. It's so nice to meet you, Big Cat.
I feel like I should point out that this is the man who is running the spring court right now. He's the guy in charge.
Wow.
Saoirse,
Mm. Yes.
why don't you tell dear dad what's been going on?
Oh,
I mean, you summoned me all the way here. It can't be anything.
Well, so originally I had summoned you because I had some questions, and I think I've got some of the answers, but not all of them. So I thought I'd, give you, I guess, the basic idea of what I've found, and then you can tell me what you know.
Sure.
It.
Yeah.
Right. So, I summoned accidentally the Prince of Frost, and he said something about me not being properly spring, that there was like something else there, and that's when I sort of was like, and then I talked to Sam, and he was like, no, yeah, you're more than just spring. So I was like, all right, well, that's troubling. And
Is
so
Sam
that's
treating you okay?
Oh,
Is he
Sam's
respecting
fantastic.
you?
I mean, he doesn't want to. I mean, he does,
Yeah.
but he also doesn't. He's Sam.
Yeah. He controls his urges, though.
Yeah, of course.
That's
Of
good.
course.
That's really good.
Yeah, he's doing really well, actually. He and I are getting along quite well. He's actually technically in my service at this time.
Wow. Oh, my sweet breeze. You're brilliant. And he like rubs your cheek.
Thanks, Dad. That's so good to hear. Why
don't we all sit? Everyone's just sit,
Oh.
and we can get in a circle and continue to share this journey that you've been on together. And he will fully like sit in the grass.
Yeah,
like,
she'll sit right down there.
Crisscross applesauce.
Don
I
is very confused, but he's
I was
going
already
with that.
sitting, so this works for me.
Yeah. All right, so Sam confirmed that there was something strange about you. What
There's
happened
something
next?
that's strange. He told me that Mum was making a new heir, and that she had declared that new creation sort of the new heir, and that I didn't understand exactly what that meant, except that she was not thinking that I was going to be able to come back. And so that was a bit disheartening to hear. And then I was a little frustrated with that.
Yeah.
Right? And then
That must have been so frustrating and confusing for you, Sweet Breeze.
it was, because I knew you. I knew you would never
my
give
God.
up on me, of course. She was like, to have her give up on me like that felt very disheartening, for sure.
Yeah.
But, I think I've kind of moved mostly past that at this point.
Mhm.
And then I talked to Zybilna just, now, just like a little while ago, and she took me inside of my soul.
Wow. How
And
was
then-
that?
It was kind of fun. Yeah, my soul is really shiny, and there was this feather inside of it. It's a magpie feather. It's very, very pretty.
Roll an insight check.
Okay.
Can I also do an insight check on listening? Because I just
Yeah.
the whole time as she's going like from A to Z and all of his like responses to her, I'm just okay.
21.
That's pretty good. But better than me.
Perception. I mean, I'm a druid. Wisdom
Yeah.
is the thing I'm good at.
Oh, not well. I'm gonna
That's
use.
horrible insight. So he just thinks that this guy is really weird.
I'm gonna use. Do I have full inspiration or is it still D6 for me?
It's full.
Oh.
Yeah,
So-
everyone gets regular inspiration now from stream
So it's like with advantage then, if I want to use it.
Yep.
I will try to do better than what I just did. Oh
Did you nat
Yeah.
20?
yeah, but I have no modifier, so it's just a nat 20.
And hey,
That's
you don't
okay.
have halfling bad luck anymore, so that's
I
cool.
don't.
Yeah, so for Clover, are you just kind of like giving him like a general like insight check over the whole conversation?
Yeah, for sure. The whole time. I just want to see how he's like responding to certain things, if he seems to be more aware of certain things or not aware of certain things. I want to clock that.
Yeah, so like as Saoirse's telling the story of like all of the things that happened, like just like the events of Prismere, like his reactions and him being like, that must have been like really frustrating, like what happened, like he's very earnest, he's very sincere and very genuine, and I think you get the sense, like you see this like shine in his eyes as he's looking at Saoirse, that like this is a man who like deeply loves and is proud of his child, even if he is like this nature spirit, like he hears her telling the story and is like very locked in, like he's so locked into the things that she's saying, like he is like just waiting to hear every word and is like so proud of her and is like really feeling the emotions that she is conveying she was feeling at the time, and is like on this journey with her as you guys are talking about it. For Saoirse with the feather, and I think because you nat 20'd Clover, you would also pick this up. When you pull out the feather, there's like, it's not recognition, and yet he gets this like sad look on his face.
Do you know what that's about?
You know,
Why there's a feather in my soul?
to be honest, Saoirse, I did, but I don't anymore.
Oh.
And that
Oh.
makes me really sad.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you sad. She tucks it back in there. I mean, like, it's still visible where she puts it in her hair, but yeah.
Don't be sorry, sweet
I didn't mean
breeze.
to make you sad.
You could never make me sad.
Well, you just said I did.
The feather made me sad.
Oh, that's true.
Have you ever had the experience of feeling a memory in your body, but not fully recalling it in your mind?
No. But it sounds terrible. I'm sorry.
It's kind of like that. It's like, I see
Oh,
it and
sort of
I
like
know,
when you have to sneeze, but you can't.
kind of, yeah. I know that that was something important, but I can't remember why.
Do you know why there are pieces of all of the seasons in my soul?
Yeah, I do. Would you like to talk about it?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
When I filmed it with like information that's being thrust on me. I think because her dad is like he has always been, I think, her safe space of like,
Yeah.
this is the person I can always count on. To be in my corner. So yeah, she's like, you're gonna tell me in a way that's not gonna upset me.
Yeah. So I want to just hold some space for you here, Saoirse, and just let you know.
I fucking love him. I adore this man. I want to romance your father, Saoirse. Christy.
Okay. Go ahead.
God.
Listen,
Hold space for you here,
Saoirse's
let
family
you
is
know.
pretty flexible with the sort of romance situation.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know that around the time that we were creating you, the Feywild was a tumultuous place. And unfortunately, our connection to it means that we were punished. Haircut, relax.
Right.
So there are some things that unfortunately I'm not going to be able to elaborate on. Do you understand?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you know
I
why
think I
that
know.
happens?
I think I know what it's tied to. Maybe.
You're probably in a better position to speak about it than I am. What do you think it is?
Was it something to do with Dancourt?
Yeah.
So you and Mum were involved with that,
Yeah. We were.
and that's why she punished you.
Do you know... Well... Titania, she has this ability, to rewrite memories, or to erase them entirely, and actually that extends to just erasing the entire existence of a person. Not just ending their life, even though that's terrible, but unmaking them in the mind of everybody that remembers them. And I think that's why I have this... It's like there's a blank, shining spot in my memory. I think it might be from that. So I just want you to understand that I'm not trying to withhold any information from you.
Oh, I'd never think of that of you.
So that was happening. And your mother and I chose our side. And we weren't sure how things were going to turn out. So,
Was he on your
Yeah.
side?
who?
Prince. Is that why he was sent to Winter?
He was already Winter. But
Oh,
he...
why?
Well, you see, the Winter Court was involved, but not him directly. But I don't remember how they were involved if he wasn't. When this all was happening, we came up with an idea, some of us, that perhaps even if things didn't go the way that we had hoped, that there might be a chance to try something different in the future. And the best idea that we could come up with was a child who wasn't fully part of any one court. A child who was still Fae, but not bound to the same rules of the Fae. A child whose existence represented potential energy. And so your mother and I are your parents, and we did contribute a lot of the energy that went towards creating you, but we got pieces of the other courts too, but I don't remember how.
As Zybilna said, there were fragments of people who were unmade by Titania, probably.
That is
And
really
that was
possible.
what's left.
I am
Well,
so sorry that I'm not able to explain this properly to you. You have a right to know your heritage.
Oh no, it's okay. I kind of only want to know very slowly, anyways. So it's for the best.
Yeah, I understand. Well, I'm glad that I'm able to deliver this information to you in a way that is a little bit easier to digest. But like I said, there's something missing. It's like looking at a picture, but somebody scraped part of it out and just the shining white blank canvas is underneath.
Was Sam there? In Ancourt.
You know, I get the feeling that he was involved, but I can't remember how.
Just some
He
of the
did.
things he said, I don't know.
I mean, he did introduce your mother and I.
Oh!
Your mother was looking to strengthen her position, and, well, you know, a lot of the times the best way to do that politically is to marry outside of the court, because then you can add that power to your own. She decided to marry one of the wind spirits, knowing that, you know, the wind, it can't be bound, it can't be controlled. And I think she might have confided that in Sam. I guess in a way, maybe we have him to thank for our marriage. I suppose she wouldn't have had a particularly nice time with some of my colleagues. The North Wind can be very severe. And I think...
Well, Northwind's in the Winter Court, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and the South Wind is just prone to bouts of melancholy, and the East Wind can be a little bit frigid and unforgiving. I think, knowing your mother's personality, Sam chose me as the best spouse for her.
He was right. You're the best.
I'm glad that you think that. Thank you. That really warms my heart. So yeah, there's something missing, Sweet Breeze, and I'm not sure what it is.
Do you know why he's cursed?
Why, who is cursed?
The Winter Prince. I mean, I think I know why he's annoying, but I'm curious why he's cursed. Is that why he's cursed? Did he, like, just annoy his mother until she cursed him and sent him to the Winter Court?
No. I think he trusted his mother, and that trust was betrayed, and in a way he cursed himself.
Oh.
But I can't remember how that happened.
But that was before all the Uncourt.
No.
But you said he was already Winter before the...
Well, he was Winter, but he was the Sun Prince. He was still the leader of Winter. He became the Prince of Frost after. Still the same person, just very changed for some reason.
Not sure I understand, but I feel like I will eventually.
You know...
It doesn't matter anyways. He's out of mind. I was just curious if you knew.
Did he dishonor you?
What? No, he's just really mean. He's really mean. He yells at me and he insults me every time I talk to him.
You know, Saoirse...
He called me foolish.
He also helped you.
He did not help me. He shoved his icy cold hand into my heart.
He did what?
He shoved his stupid icy cold hand right into my heart and woke me up from sleep. And turned me into some kind of ice thing.
Well, I'm really sorry that he made you feel small and that he hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
That's not fair to you.
No, it's not. It's very mean.
But in the spirit of compassion, I would just like to say that hurt people hurt people.
Well, but that's not a good excuse.
It's not an excuse. It does not excuse at all the things that he did to hurt your feelings and upset you and put you in a bad position. But what I can remember is that he wasn't always so closed off. Something happened, Saoirse. I think he got hurt terribly.
Well, now he doesn't dance, except he did, and then he can't play music.
I have seen him dance. It's hard to call it dancing when it feels like a math problem. Or just a collection of geometric movements, you know?
No, it didn't feel like that.
Really?
Mm-mm.
It didn't look like that
He's
either.
good at dancing. When he did it.
He's good, but it's... Anytime I've seen him dance, it's formulaic. There's no spirit in it.
Well, it didn't feel like that, but I wasn't watching myself, so maybe it was.
Does some of this information help to make things a bit more clear?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
I'd love-
probably should talk to Sam.
I'd like to talk to you about what's going on in spring.
Oh, yeah. That's part of what Sam's doing in my service, is he's sort of investigating things in the Spring Court. That's one of the things. The other thing is that he has to keep looking for
I'm going to
love.
pretend that I didn't hear that.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I'm going to pretend that you just said some nonsensical words. Because if I am ruling in your mother's stead and we hear about somebody engaging in espionage, we would have to remove them. But I didn't hear about anything like that.
Not espionage if he's just listening to things on my behalf.
Should just be careful. Because I think if you were to return home right now, you might not find yourself with a warm welcome from everyone. Your mother is trying to make another heir, and she's cut me out of it. She's
Yeah,
making
that's
one
what
on
Sam
her
said.
own. I want you to know that I love you dearly, all right? And the things that are happening in spring right now are not a reflection on you or your situation at all. You are a good person, Saoirse. You are a wonderful daughter, and I think you have great things ahead of you. Your mother's younger sister, Miserine.
No.
Uh-oh. A cat just appears out of no. Uh-oh. He's spicy.
Sorry, he jumped on my keyboard, and I was like, oh, that's going to end badly for all of us.
It's all good. So, Miserine paid your mother a visit. And
Right. Who is she?
she's your mother's younger sister.
Well, yeah, that's the claim.
She is. So, before your mother became the Archfey of Spring, what is his name? He has a name, and I don't remember what it is, and it's in a specific document. Please hold.
Holding.
Cloud of fur.
Where is?
There's literally just a whole cloud of fur that he just shed right all over me.
Thanks
no.
for the raid!
Hey, thank you
Hello,
for the
I'm
raid.
dying.
Hello. Ixion the Unlucky and the raiding party, thank you. So before your mother became the leader of Spring, her father, the Druid King, had two daughters. Your mother and Miserine. Now, your mother challenged the Druid King for his throne, a challenge of poetry, a challenge of smithing, and a challenge of combat. And when she bested him in those, he stepped down, and she took her place as the leader of Spring. And for her domain specifically, she chose to focus on those aspects of Spring that surround motherhood and healthy new babies. Your sister represents the second child, the runt of the litter, the young that are killed in Spring, so that the healthy child may thrive. And because she never became the Archfey of Spring, she was never able to choose a domain for herself. She represents a side of Spring that's a lot darker. She came to pay her mother a visit, and unfortunately put the idea in her head that she should make a new heir, one who is only of Spring, and a direct singular descendant of your mother. Unfortunately, I suspect that your mother hopes that this adventure that you're on will result in your untimely demise, and I am so sorry to have to share that with you.
Oh, shit.
But I worry that if you return to Spring, she may try to end you herself. Because she can't truly name the second child as her heir unless you choose to revoke that title or are dead before you can assume it. I think she...
if I'm successful.
We are 1 for 3 with moms.
When I succeed in my mission...
No, 1 for 4. 2 for 4.
That changes things.
Your mother doesn't think that it's going to be successful.
I'm aware of that. But I do.
I have hope for you that things are going to go even better than you could have imagined, and that the ending of all of this is going to be beautiful and you are going to find true love. But your mother, her job, her purpose for her entire being is the continuation of spring. And because there's a chance that you could fall into an eternal slumber.
Spring. I don't disagree with her creating another heir. I think that is probably a good idea, but just in case. But I don't think it's necessary, and I certainly don't think she needs to kill me.
Well, I think she feels it would be a faster way to resolve this uncertainty that the entire spring court is feeling right now.
Well, I'm working on it. We're going to go to Est Valley, and we're going to
That's wonderful.
meet with the different courts. And Zybilna said that because I've got 3 different souls other than you, that there's 3 different possibilities for true love, and that means it's much more likely I'll find one. I just have to find out who they are, and choose one, and then we, everything's good.
I believe in you.
So we're almost there.
Yeah. I think you're going to have a great time at Estivali. I wish I could be there.
Yeah, you can't right now, can you?
Not really. I'm not sure if your mother's going to go. To be honest, I don't see a lot of her these days. And I don't want to burden you with my marital problems, so I won't get into it. But she's been... No!
That's not a character.
She has been very preoccupied with her sister, devoting a lot of her energies into creating this second child, an heir to replace you. I hope it doesn't work, but I'm not really in a position to stop it myself. Unfortunately, I married into spring, and that I do have to balance the interests of spring with my own interests as a father.
No, I agree. I know. I mean, it isn't my favorite thing, but I agree that it's the best to make sure that there's someone who can take over in case something happens.
Yeah. Well, so the problem is, if you are still the heir when if you fall into an eternal slumber, which I don't think is going to happen, what would that mean for spring? You wouldn't be dead, but you wouldn't have revoked your position.
Well, so that's where Sam comes in, because he is sworn to find my true love. So even if I fall asleep, he'll find them and bring them to me.
Yeah.
But doesn't that leave you vulnerable?
Exactly. You're so right, Dawn. It does leave you vulnerable.
He can go off and find your true love, but in the time that he takes to do it, you're kind of a sitting duck for anybody who would want to kill you.
Right, but we've got sort of a plan for that as well.
It would also create a bit of a power vacuum. If Spring can't produce a proper heir who is capable of one day taking over and leading the court, I fear that might give Titania grounds to enforce the rule of might on Spring. We already are considered a lesser court that ladders up to Summer as part of the Seelie and Unseelie structure. And if Titania decides that our line is no longer fit to rule, she could use the rule of might to enact a full takeover. I think that's what has your mother really worried.
Of course, yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to talk about, Sweet Breeze? It's so good to see you.
No, I don't think so.
Well, then I'd like to just sit with you for a while and maybe hold your hand.
Yeah, she like snuggles up against her, with like fully just like little girl
Oh, a
mode.
hug is even better. And he'll like give you a really big hug. Let's switch to something a little bit. There we go.
If any of you have any questions about the Fae that he can answer for you. My dad's a lot better at explaining things than I am.
Yeah, I can tell.
So have you all been taking good care of my daughter?
Of course. She's
We've
been
been
taking care of
trying.
us.
She's
I
a
did
bit
die, but
apt.
it wasn't their fault. It was kind of the Frost Prince's fault, actually.
Well,
She's a bit apt to run off on her own.
Oh, Saoirse.
Listen. I can't control the way that things. Sometimes things are just interesting in a different location.
Of course. I understand you can't catch the wind. You can't pin it down.
Exactly.
and you can't touch lightning.
Yes, we did learn lightning is very bad.
Yeah, that sounds scary. Are you alright?
It did almost kill me. It didn't actually kill me though, so I think
Not that
we're
time.
all right. No,
Well,
the
that's
only thing
good.
that killed me was when the Frost Prince woke me up and sent me straight at the Jabberwock. And then it murdered me.
Well, the Frost Prince is known for being, a bit
jerk.
vicious. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could call it a jerk. He is, definitely the most belligerent of the seasonal Archfey.
He's really belligerent. I agree.
Yeah.
He won't listen.
Is there anything anyone would like to ask of the West Wind?
Jeez, dude.
Like, what do you do?
Well, I'm
Oh,
the
God.
West Wind.
Is that wind that comes in from the west or blows to the west, westwardly?
It's a wind that originates in the west, and it actually blows in an eastward direction. It's a little confusing. I can definitely understand, why you would need clarification. That's a really good question.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're so nice.
Yeah, that's
That is so kind of you to say.
And openly communicative about your feelings.
I really pride myself on being able to share my heart, and I always hope that others are just as willing to share what's in theirs with me. So
we
I
should
really
like that.
appreciate that. You've really just lifted my heart on wings.
I just keep looking back between Saoirse and Dad,
like,
like,
where is the disc? Like, where did it go?
So for what I do,
music is so
I don't necessarily do
Little
any one
Mermaid?
thing because I am the spirit of the West Wind. In a lot of places, the West Wind is considered very mild and very favorable. But that's not the case everywhere. There are some cultures on the material plane that actually consider the West Wind to be carried by an ugly and fierce panther. So I do have a dark side.
It's very hard to imagine, but I'm sure.
I
Well,
believe
as
you.
long as you
Clover
keep my
very-
daughter safe and you don't threaten her, you'll never have to see it. I really prefer not to show that side of myself, because most of the time, it really doesn't bring about any good, does it? When is violence really the answer?
Well, okay, violence can be fun though.
When
I mean,
it
it can be fun, but when is it the right answer? Not every time.
Not every time.
I won't say never, but not every time.
Is
But having
fair.
calls is really fun.
It is really fun.
I mean, it kind of sounds like your wife calls all the shots.
Well, of course she does. She's the Archfey of Spring. I'm her husband.
But do you like listen to her? Does she like listen to your input on anything, or does she just tell you what to do?
I mean, like any good leader, she takes in the advice of those who are close to her when she needs it, but ultimately the decisions that are made for Spring rest in her hands. The best that I can do is give her my perspective, but whether or not she chooses to action upon that is her decision.
Yeah,
It's a
I
great
suppose
burden.
I get it as a leader, but like you're like married. I just figured, you'd have a little bit more sway.
But we are married, but you have to understand, our marriage was founded upon a political strategy. It was an attempt to strengthen her own position in a very terrible war. We didn't marry for love.
And it doesn't. They're not equal in power over the Spring Court, because I think the thing that I'm not sure all of you understand exactly is that my mother isn't just the queen of the Spring Court. She is the Spring Court, and it is her. They're not different things.
That's a really good way of explaining it, Saoirse.
Thank you. So,
Every
my
single
dad
time.
is not the Spring Court. He just is of the Spring Court.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, Saoirse's mother married me so that the wind spirits would have an established alliance with one of the courts. And it wouldn't do for any of the other wind spirits to declare an alliance in contradiction to the one that already existed with Spring. So in a way, she was able to basically nullify the other wind spirits, but gain the power of the West Wind. However, even though she is Spring and she is the leader of Spring, and I am her husband, I am still the West Wind. Your mother, Saoirse's mother, doesn't have dominion over the West Wind. But I do take her counsel just as I hope she takes mine.
I suppose I get it from a metaphysical standpoint.
Yeah, that's great. I'm really proud of you, Don. These are hard questions to ask, especially, I mean, where are you all from? Are you from the material plane? Wow.
I mean, my family is from here, but yeah, I've lived on the material plane as long as I've known.
Yeah, a lot of satyrs are well, they all originate from the Feywild, but if you're many generations removed from the Feywild, then it might be hard at first for your mind to be able to comprehend the way that this stuff works, but you keep trying and asking questions, and that's really important. And I thank you for doing that and holding space for this discussion.
I'm a grown man. I've had a job.
That's incredible. What kind of job do you have?
Oh no.
Banker.
Oh wow, what is that like? I don't know what that even is.
There it is.
There it is. There's the
You
connection.
have to do a lot of important math and managing the financial lives of people more important than you.
That's a big word, financial. What does that mean?
Oh, never mind.
They've got a little rock that's yellow that is very important to everybody in the material plane. And they count the rocks, and then they trade the rocks, and they put lots of meaning and value on the rocks. And his job is to sort of sort through all of that.
Oh, so coins. You help people with their coins.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a coin before. They're really beautiful. I think that's incredible that you help people like that. You have such a helpful spirit, Dawn. I really admire that about you.
Thanks.
Yes. Big cat. Was it Big Cat?
Big cat, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Big Cat. What can I help you with?
I know you're we're talking about like stuff you can't talk about.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Did you know somebody named Aether?
You know, that name is really familiar. And when you say it, I feel this heaviness in my heart. I feel really sad. But I can't remember why. Was that somebody important to you?
Oh, it
I
was
think
my
you might
dad.
have. Oh. Well, I apologize for not being able to remember him. And I'd like to have a moment of silence for his memory.
Oh, okay. How long of a moment? I'm really bad at silence.
Shh, it's all right, Sweet Breeze.
Okay.
Just try your best. And you guys have like 3 seconds of silence. Oh, that was
Seriously,
really
like-
hard.
Oh, yeah.
Good
A
job.
long shot, but could I ask, is he aware of like the zodiac and the cat zodiac? Like, does he know anything about them?
Yeah, you can ask. Yeah, you know, I've heard of them before. There's some old stories about how the zodiac are kind of connected to true love. We actually, not true love, but love himself actually takes up residence in the Spring Court. He actually shouldn't be too far behind me now.
Oh, good. I did ask him to come over.
He's really excited to see you, Saoirse, and to meet your friends.
So excited.
Was there something specific? I don't really know a whole lot about the Zodiac.
Well,
They're sort of a different... They're really different from nature spirits or archfey. They
yeah.
occupy a really different part of this crazy thing that we call existence.
Well, I was just curious if you knew of them, the whole true love situation, and
Yeah.
how that connects with Saoirse.
Oh, that's sort of what I'm asking him about when he gets here.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there is a Zodiac spirit who is responsible for creating true love as a concept. I know that much.
Okay.
I think... I feel like I remember hearing the story about it from Sam.
That would explain things, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess, we have that entity to thank or perhaps curse for the situation that Saoirse is in,
Right.
needing to find her true love. But if she has three potential,
I mean, up to 3.
up to 3 potential loves out there, then
Hey,
That's really
maybe
impressive.
things will turn out all right in the end. I
Yeah,
like to think that they will. Oh my god, Ricky's
I
doing
he
think
does
they will
not. He
too.
did not want to be a pet, apparently.
Any other questions that anyone has?
Nope.
Okay. Well, as you all are sitting here speaking to the spirit of the West Wind, that's where we're going to call an end to today's session, and we will pick back up
Oh,
next
yeah.
time with some other stuff. So, thank you, as always, to my lovely players for joining us here every time we play. You guys are great. Love you. And thank you to those of you who are watching either now or in the future. We appreciate your patronage and your support. Don't forget to join our Discord. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube and to our Twitch. Fandelver and Below tomorrow?
Yes.
Phandelver and Below tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern time.
We're very impressed with DM Victoria as well.
Yeah.
Thanks. I've been waiting for Dad to make his appearance because he's
We
very
love-
much
we love
like
West
a
Wind.
therapist.
We love
I was
West
so
Wind.
glad when we had that discussion about her dad. I was like, this is gonna be good.
Well,
We love him.
let's see. The next time, you're trying to ask some of your friends for a juggling lesson, but they're all nervous because you're butt naked. Don't forget to add your
Hey.
proficiency bonus, and we'll see you back here next week.
Ooh, love you,
GM reroll.
Huh?
GM reroll in the chat.
Oh my.
Oh, jeez. Hang on, let me do that
Oh,
before
thank you, St. Andrew. Thank you,
Thank
everyone in the chat.
you.
We appreciate your activity and you guys being there.
Hell yeah. Good night and thank you. Love you. Bye.